Liked you better with glasses.
Too bad. I like me better without them.
Hey, pretty fans! Welcome to another episode of the Better with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Vicky, and with me, as always, is Casey.
Hey.
And we are here for season 3, episode 5, which is called Last Dance.
Yeah, at one point during this podcast excursion that we have, I said there would be an episode called Last Dance. Now, I did not say this episode would be called Last Dance.
Right.
But I had that term in my head at some point.
Yes. So I don't know if you know this, but...
Damn, I don't know.
But when you think about... And I'm just going to say this to set the mood, so to speak. When you think about Last Dance...
Yep, think about Michael Jordan.
You think about Michael Jordan. But Jenny Han posted on her Instagram a bunch of definitions for Last Dance.
Okay.
And it has pretty fans freaking out because Last Dance can mean so many different things. So there's a lot of different interpretations of what this could mean.
We did a little bit of this on our Patreon episode this morning.
Last Dance, a last run, suggesting a sense of nostalgia. Right?
Which, yeah, I was like, this could be the last dance between Conrad and Belly having an alone day together where, like, if they get married, if Belly and Jared get married in a couple weeks, that's never going to happen again.
Right. Or it's just very nostalgic because feelings that have been suppressed are coming back. Okay. Then there's a final romantic date or time together.
That would be this.
So that was the one that
I'm referring to.
You were thinking about, right? Then we have the last game or tournament in which a team or members of a team are playing before moving to another team.
That would be the Jordan definition.
That, if you're thinking about teams, would be like closing the chapter on Jelly, or not closing the chapter, but you see a clear shift of the space, right? There's a little bit of friction now in the pretty universe. And then there's a final performance or final act.
Wow.
And then what we said on our Patreon reaction is also there's the irony of Belly and Jer ending the episode dancing to what's supposed to be their first dance as a married couple.
Right.
And if it in fact is the last dance of them being a couple, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I could see that playing out.
So I could see all of those definitions playing out, which is why I think once again Jenny is trolling. In like the nicest way possible. She has us right where she wants us.
Yes, she does.
And we know that because I told you today that she posted something like, Team Conrad, are you up?
With a picture of Belly and a peach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Jenny. She directed this episode, wrote this episode, did the whole thing. It was longer than usual. Damn near 70 minutes.
We usually save that for the end, but like, kudos to Jenny. Like,
Yeah.
It was, I put up a thing where I'm like, okay, like, I know that a lot of people love this episode. I know there are some people who probably didn't love this episode. Possibly Team Jelly or Team any other characters other than Conrad because it was so Conrad heavy. But
I certainly didn't think it was as prolific as you did.
right. But there are people DMing me. So I put on my story like who thought it was like a 10 out of 10. Like it could not get better than this. I called it a cinematic masterpiece. I think that there were certain scenes, and those were the scenes that I was excited about, and some scenes that I wasn't expecting because they were brand new that I thought were just
Right.
beautifully, and we're saying this on this one, obviously, because beautifully acted by two amazing leads, beautifully directed by our wonderful showrunner and creator, author, Jenny Han, and just overall really beautiful storytelling. Like, things that I love from the book, sometimes you're afraid that the show or movie adaptation won't be as good, but that's the difference when you have the person who originally wrote it now show running and getting to direct the actors that she's literally gotten to work with for the last however many years. Like there was no one else who could have gone in and done it justice
She knows
or
all the beats, all the decisions that need to be made.
upgrade it the way that it needs to be upgraded. So like the care that went into that is part of why I'm like cinematic masterpiece. But I want to leave a little bit of room for error there because like this is kind of like the climax. This is like halfway. Can you believe we're halfway through? Roughly.
Roughly.
I mean, episode 5 out of 11. Close enough.
Almost to halftime. At the midway point of episode 6, we'll have hit the halfway point.
Right. So, anyway, I thought it was a fantastic episode, and many people were saying it's the best episode of the series.
So that would be what it's new still,
I
still
would,
fresh, but
I
it
would
would.
say, and you don't know anything about this, but um, I I gotta let it simmer for a bit, but I think I may also say that it is going to end up being, by the time everything's said and done, it will probably end up being my favorite episode,
Whoa.
an episode that I go back and rewatch.
Okay.
And what I was saying that you may not get is there's an episode of Dawson's Creek, and I'm a big Joey and Pacey fan.
JC, yeah.
And this is when they're broken up. So
Okay.
they've broken up and they are kind of like sort of coming back together as adults.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one episode that, and I need to go back, but it may have actually been Joshua Jackson's episode that he directed. And it was Joey and Pacey, and they're locked in a Kmart for the entire episode. So there's no other characters.
I've never seen this before, but that is a movie from the 80s called Career Opportunities where they're locked in a Target. Fucking great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it's like a play on that. But you get these two characters who will have all of this like tension and past relationship and all of this stuff that I love. And they haven't been together in so long. And they are trapped together. And the entire episode is just them. And there are a lot of Dawson's Creek episodes that I love, but like that is one because of that setup that I just like pluck out and rewatch. And Jenny, even on the thing, called it a Conrad mini movie. So if you love Conrad and his thoughts and seeing his POV and how great he and Belly are as a duo, it's a great episode.
Yeah, to this point, it is the highest rated episode of all time on IMDb.
Is it really?
Yep.
But like how many ratings so far?
252.
Ooh, how many did the other like how much does it like usually average
It
out
took
to?
a while. I was been checking over the last couple hours in preparation for the podcast, and it finally like hit the threshold where it would count as an official score. So we're at the point where it's an official score,
Yeah.
and it's a 9. So it's the highest rated episode of all time.
Wow.
What did you say the other ones were prior to that?
The finale of season 1 and the party scene of season 2.
Love Fest.
Love Fest
That's
season
an
2.
8.0.
Yep. And then season 1 finale. Summer Love.
That is an 8.2. Summer Love. Yeah. So currently the only one holding a 9.0 rating is the newest episode. There was a lot of great stuff in it. There was also some stuff that is just not rewatchable for me.
Not because they're not great.
Not because they're not great scenes.
We're gonna break it down. It's not because they're not great scenes.
Yeah.
It's because they make Casey sad.
Uncomfortable. It's sad, uncomfortable, all these things.
Like as in you're like, okay, clocked it. I don't need to watch that again because
Yeah.
it stirs up emotional turmoil. But I said on the preview episode, I'm like, give me Conrad. Like some people are like, I can't watch Conrad be sad. I'm like, fuck it. I love watching him sad. I love watching him angry. I love watching him be romantic. I love it all. Like you said, like you just want that plot all the time. And this episode was that plot for about 99. Would you say 99%?
No.
Oh,
There was plenty of Jer and Adam. There's a lot of D Nice and Steven. Taylor had a couple scenes.
But
No Laurel.
but what I mean about it is it's like their little road trip. So
It
like
was, I would say it was at least 80% Conrad.
but what I mean is like it's them two.
Yeah.
As in
Oh,
they're
so it's
not in
just them. Yeah.
yeah, they're not in like usually we see maybe an equal amount of them, but it's like them with other
Sprinkled in
people
with other people.
or them in a group. But it was just like on full focus, like following them throughout this
It was all the
day.
dreams of what my honey would have wanted.
My goodness. Yeah. So
All the feels, all the dreams.
when I went to bed, I posted, see you guys at 3 a.m. for the serotonin
Sure.
dosing. And
And on rewatch, like I love seeing the new stuff when it comes out, like Steven, D Nice, all that stuff. But like on the rewatch, I was like, okay, we
we get it.
at the fifth time watching it in one day, I'm like, okay, we can fast forward through that Adam scene. We can fast forward through that D Nice
I
scene.
do not blame you because what a trooper you are for
This is we've
rewatching
already
it
hit it
3
at least.
times.
I'm at least 3.5 to 4 times
I
the way
fell,
through
I
in
fell asleep
a
to
day.
it. I fell asleep to it between like 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. But
Just
like every
starts back
time,
over again.
right. And then every time I like vaguely woke up, I'd be like, oh, this part. Anyway, okay. So what we're gonna do, as usual, guys, is we are going to break down every single scene.
Oh yeah, and all the new Patreon subscribers today, there was a whole flurry of
Oh
them.
my gosh, you guys are so sweet.
Big love out there.
Thank you so, so
We
much.
will have some scene talks coming in the next couple days for sure.
There's so many scenes. I wonder what you're gonna want us to talk about. Um,
They want to hear about D Nice and Steven,
oh,
okay?
you think?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I wrote down 25 different scenes.
Okay,
Um,
I've got a whole bunch of different notes. Some funny, some that you might not love.
All right. So we will go through each and every one of them. We will break down our thoughts, and
This is a long episode,
I
70 minutes.
it was 70 minutes. Now the thing about it though is it wasn't as jump cutty as like the first couple of episodes.
Right.
So there aren't as many like just kind of like very short scenes that we have to say something about,
So
but
I think this will be, because there's so many like big ones, this might be a really important. There's so much to get through without
yeah,
making this a 7 hour podcast. So some of the scene talks might be very necessary
for sure.
later on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, it starts off with a replay of the last scene that we saw
Yeah.
of the dirt bomb scene, and it's completely, you can tell immediately of Conrad's POV because it's a close-up slow-mo shot of Belly.
And the music is just so like 1950s. It felt
Yeah.
like you're in a 1950s movie to start this
Yeah. And it's funny,
episode.
it's one of those where it reminded me of the dream sequences
Yeah,
that
it
Belly will
does.
have, except that it's not a dream, it's him replaying the memory in his head. And then Redding is playing, and that's just like a great song for that. But then I was waiting. I think I told you on first watch. I was like, oh, he's gonna wake up, right? Or like,
Mhm.
oh, he's gonna like snap out of it somehow. In season two, it's like when Belly like is falling asleep
Yeah.
and then like the book falls. Here, it cuts to my boy. I was gonna say our boy. Our boy's on the roof,
Yep.
looking all lumberjackish with his spray tan.
With his spray tan. Yep. The
Um,
spray tan was definitely evident in this episode. I'm not gonna. I've
it
made multiple comments on it, but I'm just clocking that it exists.
he looks
He
great.
looks tan.
He looks
It
great.
doesn't look natural, but
He looks great. He's got his slutty little watch.
does
Clock,
he?
clock the
Oh,
meme.
I should have
Yeah,
worn my slutty little watch.
I know. He's got his slutty little watch on,
I
and
do
he's
have
got.
big thoughts on
Oh,
Conrad's outfit choices
oh
in
yeah,
this episode. That was like first watch. I was like,
yeah. But he's like shirtless to start the episode. He's got his jeans on. He's got like his boots, and there's a ladder on top of the cousin's house, and he's up there fixing the roof. And it was funny because as soon as like that was the opening shot, I looked at you, and you were like, here we go. You're like, okay,
Okay, Conrad girls.
okay, Conrad girls, buckle up.
Yeah, two hammers.
Yeah, because you needed it for the bit.
You needed it for the bit, which was great. And you get Belly in her old swimming suit, old
Yes,
bathing suit.
so happy that you remembered that.
Yep.
You know where she was wearing that?
When they were out on the fucking July 4th
Yeah.
firework pier.
Yes, 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 yes. So he's up there and he's basically saying that he has been trying to stay away from her and he
Yep.
has to stay away from her because he felt like he went a bridge too far, like with the hug, and he can't stop thinking about it.
That's the scene, sets the tone for the whole episode. Like,
Right.
I've been avoiding her, and we see throughout the rest of this that he's going to continue to try and avoid her.
He's like pep talking himself to not like
A little self-pres here.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
self-pres for sure. But I love the hammer bit. It's like it's very cute. Like he's kind of distracted by her and she's talking to him and he just like fumbles the
it was definitely something that I when I'm hanging the Christmas lights every year, I drop my shit all the fucking time.
so he drops it and then it's like a little awkward and he's like, "Oh no, it's like okay, I have another one." Um so the two hammer thing, like I guess. But then dad calls.
Oh yeah.
So in the book, they do an entire like Conrad sees them show up and he can't like take it. So he runs away to his dad's house. And then that's where they have this interaction where the dad's like, so are they really going through with it? You just came from there. Like, what's the deal? It's
What's the
kind of
read?
absurd. What's the read on the situation? So it's nice that Adam is calling Conrad.
Right.
Conrad doesn't have a lot to say about it. Conrad does offer some sage advice to Adam that I think is why we see a different Adam.
I think Jer earns it a little bit more than that, but okay.
But the seed is planted that like
Sure.
don't be a dick. Like if you it's their decision, they're in love, and the more you like just like John was telling Laurel, the more you press, the more you're going to push him away. And Adam has a tendency to be an asshole.
Adam also deserves a tinge of credit just for addressing the fact out loud that like I lost you.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a hard thing to say.
Well, that is said in the book. So they kept that one thread and it comes after Conrad says if you don't support them or you push too hard, you're going to lose them.
Conrad does not refute that
No.
he has lost him.
Right. So, but he's trying to keep his distance for sure. Then we get a great, like, just one cut of Jer and Taylor. And we were talking in our preview episode about what the very first Jer Taylor interaction would be. Because I don't know that Tay has completely forgiven him for everything, but she's supportive of Belly. Like, she even says, like, I'm doing this for your girl. So she shows up. They're supposed to road trip together to Cousins. And at first I was like, why did she have to wake up at dawn to meet him at, like, I'm assuming 2 o'clock in the afternoon? And it's because I was like, oh, she had to drive from Philly up to him, pick him up, and then they were gonna ride together to Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you like about that scene?
Uh, Taylor looks great
Taylor looks great. Why?
because she's expecting to see Steven.
Yep.
I love the part where it's like Jer sets the scene for
Yeah.
Steven not coming
Right.
around, but Steven does come around, and Taylor, Rain, whatever, has this great, like, eyes closed, like, I thought that we were not going to be seeing Steven here.
Right.
Like, what?
But it's funny because
Like,
Jared.
frazzled Taylor.
Yeah, but Jer originally was like, "Yeah, sorry, Steven's not here. Sorry, you wasted a cute outfit."
Right.
Like Jer calls her out on like, "Why are you in a skimpy dress in the middle of the daytime picking me up for a road trip to Cousins in your like little heels?" And
Yep.
she has um like shiny bag. She looks great, but you can tell she definitely dressed up in case it's her revenge dress, just like her mom was talking about.
Ooh, what's her mom's name?
Lucinda.
Okay, not to step on the rest of the episode, but episode 5, season 3, no Lucinda,
Yep.
no Laurel,
Yep.
no John,
Yep.
no Agnes.
Yep.
Anyone else that we can get none of? None of a lot of people who we've been getting a heavy
Yeah.
dose of. So just
No,
putting
no
it out.
Finch people.
No Finch.
Yeah. So, all right. I love, so you already mentioned the Chivroy thing.
I mentioned that on the
Yeah.
quick reaction this morning, but
Yep.
that was a great line. So Taylor gets her dig in.
Yep.
Who's that fake Shiv Roy coming?
Yep.
And then I didn't notice it the first time, but on rewatch, you pointed it out. Everyone, Jer suited and booted, Steven suited and booted. D Nice is in her, you know, power suit, and Taylor's there
Yeah.
in her skimpy dress, and they're all kind of converging on one scene. And D Nice is like, "I am not sticking around for whatever this is,"
Yeah.
with the idea that she's seeing this Taylor situation
Yeah.
and being like, "This is
This is
below my
me.
pay grade,
Yeah.
like way too dramatic and messy. I am fucking out of here."
Like whatever you children are up to right now, like leave me out of it.
So I
Yeah.
think they both had their dig in,
Yeah.
not directly at like to one another,
Yeah.
but the audience gets to see the dig from each of them.
Yes.
And I think we're planting tay seeds.
And Taylor and Steven are cute in this scene, but not cringy. And what I mean by that is they've been doing a little bit of this dance of like, why are you helping me? Don't help me. We're not together anymore. Do you want to get back together? Why don't you love me? I can't take you anymore, but let's make out. Like, so far, like, I just basically summed up like their entire relationship so far this season. But this is a very cordial, but flirty,
Yep.
like, they're still jokey, like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And there's an awkward little thing there, and they are then just on their merry way. But clocked it. Steven's coming to the bridal shower, so it's a co-ed bridal shower.
Okay.
So does Conrad get to go too?
I think they might have mentioned that, no?
No,
To
no.
be fair to Conrad and mentioning his spray tan, I would say Stephen may also have a new
He
fresh
does.
coat going on also. I want to point out two other things here.
Yeah.
I think we get our first Fiji water bottle, which, if you watch this episode, there is a lot of Fiji water bottles present. I'm gonna probably lean heavy on it being product placement, because every chance they get, there's a Fiji water bottle present. D Nice brings one out. Steven's got one. Conrad's got one. Everyone's got Fiji water in this
Yeah.
episode. And
I'm more of a smart water gal.
I am a Fiji guy. I sent her a picture of
Yeah.
it today.
Yeah. Okay. So Casey, because he saw the Fiji water, got a Fiji water today, and then texted me, Conrad.
It's my preferred water bottle is Fiji water. Um, Additionally,
Yeah.
Taylor says, and we know that there is some truth to this. She says, "I'll be at Dunkin'."
Right.
They have a deal with the
They do.
Dunkin',
Yeah. Gavin. Yeah.
Gavin, and later on, when
We've got
Taylor's in the car, she also has a Dunkin' cup. So
right.
the Dunkin' product placement is like, I would guarantee
Sure.
is a paid thing.
Yeah. So then we have that scene. So Taylor was going to go to Duncan and wait for Jer to finish up because the big drama is that everybody, not just Jer, so I'm not saying, oh, Jer doesn't take responsibility seriously. Like everyone in that office knows it's a holiday weekend. So if as soon as Adam leaves, everyone else can leave. And they're like, oh, I didn't know my dad was going to show up today. And he did show up and he hasn't left yet. So we're all kind of like holed up here in this office until that happens. So Taylor's waiting for him, but she gets a call, I guess, from her mom and she has to go help with getting the loan
Not
signed.
seen on screen, so there's no,
But she's talking to Belly about it.
yeah, there's no mom.
So she calls Belly and she's like, I'm sorry, I can't make it. So it's going to be you, Jaron, Conrad for 4th of July this weekend. And Belly's just like playing it all cool. The interesting thing about that is Taylor does the whole like, so what's it been like being with Conrad there for a week? And Belly's like, I don't really see him. The interesting thing though is she tells Taylor, and I don't know if she's lying so that Taylor doesn't get too judgy,
Right?
but she's like, oh, he's just been fixing up the house, helping us prepare. And I'm like, is he doing it to help you prepare for your wedding, Belly, or is he doing it because he needs odd jobs to do around the house to distract himself from you?
Interesting.
right? Like, I don't know how much of that is actually true. Like, it doesn't seem like they would have sat down and had a conversation
Well,
about, oh, well, let me fix up this house for you since you're getting married
to
here.
be fair, he does tell Adam the same thing, so maybe that's just the company line between everyone.
Yeah, that
He
he's
said
fixed
he's
up the
fixing up the house.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, do you need me to call someone?
So, while Belly is talking to Taylor, I only noticed this on second watch, but I told you, Belly is like picking up all of the random like food things that Conrad has in the house and kind of like making a sour face. Like she picks up the cereal and looks at it. She picks up like some cherries in the refrigerator and looks at it. She picks up like what I can only imagine is like vegetable juice
Yep.
and then something else, and then she finds the Pop Tarts and she's so excited. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get the little like banter back and forth about them not seeing each other, and he, like anything he buys, she can eat, and how she eats junk food.
They have Belly looking great.
She looks fantastic. She hops up on the counter with her little Pop Tart and she's eating it.
She looks great.
Um, there are a couple of cringe, not a lot. Like I really like this episode because there is palpable growth and character development for everyone. There's like a little bit of cringe, but not like we've seen in the last episodes. Um, Belly being like, "There's my brother-in-law." I'm like, Belly, stop it. You can't be looking all cute sitting on the counter in your cut off jeans eating a Pop Tart, calling Conrad your brother-in-law. Okay, so that happens, and then there's the little like, hey, I left you. He left out cereal and fruit for her, and he's wondering why she hasn't eaten it.
I did a radio
Yeah,
like poll,
yeah.
and it was like they asked me what my favorite cereal was,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else was saying like I said Kashi because I do like peanut butter Kashi is my
Right.
favorite cereal. But no one heard the peanut butter part and how fun it is. They just heard Kashi, and everyone was killing me about it. But it is my favorite cereal, and it's not even close. Like it's not Lucky Charms or Frosted Flakes or all that other shit.
I'm gonna take a I'm gonna take a brief intermission to state that um Casey really empathized with the Conrad people. I think it's because it's the male POV
Yes.
and we don't get a lot of introspection from Conrad. And obviously, like you like Conrad, but like hearing it from his point of view, seeing Belly through his eyes, like I sit there and I'm like, oh, Conrad looks great. You're like the amount of times you're like, God, Belly looks great, right? Is because it's doing exactly what it was meant to do, which is give that male perspective POV. But
It was
I
a
do,
great take that you have, and I think we'll get
right. But I do notice that like you're saying like how great Belly looks a lot more because of how it's shot. It's like shot as if it's through his eyes. But you also,
interesting.
but you also you found all these really interesting ways when we're watching or even after we watched to compare yourself to Conrad.
Oh
Not
yeah.
like you like the water thing and like it made you think of like the cereal and like you have zero problem with grilled chicken. Like Conrad is the type of guy who like I always say I like flavor explosiony food as in like every meal for me feels like it needs to be the best meal ever.
Facts.
And that feels kind of like Jer, right? Like Jer cooks and like Jer's into like whatever, which is fine and that's great. Conrad doesn't cook because I think he doesn't care to learn how to cook. Like Conrad's just the kind of dude who's like, give me something simple and I'll make it over and over again until I'm tired with it and then I'll make something
But
else.
he does like health food. He likes healthy fruit and healthy
Right.
cereal and healthy juice and all
Right.
this. Like
And
that's kind of I'm that guy.
right, and that'll
I
come
am that
back.
guy.
Yeah, that'll come back. So anyway, but he left her like healthier things to eat than a Pop Tart, and he's like, anything I buy, you can eat. So that's their first little interaction. Then we go back to Breaker. You loved this scene. It's the little it's they're sitting in kind of like that little quad, and it's Jer, Steven, Denise, and there's just what I like about it is there's just like banter back and forth across all of them. It seems like they have stopped the hazing of Jer,
Mm-hmm.
which thank God because that could not have gone on for very long. Like even I was like, okay, just can we get over this storyline now? But he's like throwing paper at Denise. Like they're talking about how she is a rule follower with the whole plane thing.
Yep.
But Jer's catching the vibe. so to
You didn't
speak.
like that.
I didn't not like that. It
You didn't like
it's
that.
no, it no. It's okay, here's what I didn't like about it. In all the best ways and in the worst ways. It reminded me of Jer and Steven's conversations in season 1. When Steven is very innocent and Jer's like, "Oh, date a Deb, don't date a Deb. Have fun this summer." Like,
Don't get booed up.
don't get booed up. Oh, I saw how Shayla was looking at you. Like, all of that was very nostalgic. And there's a part of me that liked it, but there's also a part of me that's like, Jer and Steven have both been through so much in their own romantic relationships that to kind of see him pushing for this new hot, sexy thing that's happening is like, I don't know.
He's just
Like,
out here wingman.
I know, but yeah, right. Anyway, it's fine. It's not bad.
Um,
Crisp, so crisp.
so great scene there. Uh,
What do you have to say about it? You
uh,
you liked it. I think you said like this could be the spinoff right here.
like I could have had more of that breaker conversation right there. It was really good. The three of them have good rat-a-tat, I
Yeah.
would say. They really do.
It's just something funny about like they're like when is your dad gonna leave? I don't know, you ask him.
Which is kind of just like y'all know the feeling. Friday on before a big holiday weekend, like we're trying to
Everybody's
slip out a
leaving
little
at once.
early. Yeah, we're trying to slip out a little early. When's the boss gonna leave?
But you can't be the first one to leave, right? You can't
Right.
be the first one to leave, and you certainly can't leave before the boss leaves.
Yep.
Or before the boss makes an announcement like, hey, everybody get out of
Everyone.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which he does. So he comes over and he's like, "Ooh, nice shirt, so crisp." And then he's like, "Check Slack. Like, I need one of you guys to finish it." And the thing is like, he's not being mean to Jerry, but he says one of you guys to finish it. I don't think he was thinking that Jer would volunteer. I actually like Jer being like, "Hey, we all want to get out of here. You guys have like trains to catch. Go. I can take the later train to Cousins. I am trying to get on my dad's good side, so like I could." He said you'd be doing me a favor. I like that.
I'm gonna say the same thing. Good growth from Jer here,
I think,
kind of across the board, mostly. Good growth here from Jer with like being more serious, catching something meaningful eventually
yeah.
at work.
The only downside to that, which I don't think he was doing on purpose, like I think he made the right decision um for himself, but obviously it has some consequences because he couldn't be there for Belly today.
Right? And he's leaving a wolf in the hen
He
house.
is he is not a wolf.
He is not a wolf, but
He is not
but your fiance is hanging out with
the ex
her
love of
ex-boyfriend.
her life.
Yeah.
A steamy sex scene. All right. It's yeah,
I'm gonna let you talk about the Conrad bike scene.
it's a little gray. Okay.
I think that's next.
Um
Ish.
next ish is well, I like the setup to it because she's sitting there, she's texting Jer, he says he
Oh, the
can't make
keys.
it. Yeah. So she goes rifling through the drawer
Love
to
a good
find the
junk drawer.
keys. And I'm like, whose car is this? Is it Conrad's car? So like maybe when he went to California, he didn't take his car with him. So the car has been at the cousin. Is
Mm,
it the car that belongs to the cousin's beach house? Or is it
I
his
don't
rental?
know because I think
Either
that's his car.
either way, Belly was treating the car like she just got a key apparently from Jared to the house, but she was rooting around that drawer like
Like she knew where it was or
if
some
the
shit.
keys were there, she was taking the car.
That is a great point, hon.
Right?
That is a great point. And I don't think if he flew back for the flower ceremony, maybe he doesn't have a car at Stanford. Maybe it is a car that stays there all the time.
Yeah.
It's definitely got Massachusetts plates on it, so
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you go off to school, you don't necessarily bring your car all the time,
yeah.
especially if you're going to school on the West Coast. But who knows? So I bring that up because she looks very disappointed and kind of confused about why he is avoiding her and won't spend time near her. And
And like, dude,
She's like, why can't you just give me a ride?
I'm with her. I'm with
I
that.
get it.
But he will literally waits till the last second to be like, "Oh, Belly," like as she's like out the driveway.
Well, because she gets a little bit flustered about. So it's the dichotomy that you're waiting for. It's that she thought that Jer would be there to help her with all this. She's clearly overwhelmed from the start. She is just asking Conrad for a ride. He says no, and like this is the beginning of where she has her breakdown later on, where she's like, I just feel him all alone. I'm doing this all by myself. And so Jer made her feel that way unintentionally. Conrad made her feel that way unintentionally. And it all starts piling up, and this poor girl has to like ride her bike to
Anything to be said about
do
riding
errands.
your childhood bike to go do wedding planning stuff? If you're doing that, you're probably
Right. It's just this it's the setup for the breakdown that she has, which
yeah.
it's like she has a tough day. And we're gonna go through all the scenes that prove that she has a tough day, but it starts with that. And you get a really, I would say, cute flashback. I like it because it's new, because it's fresh, and it's a different way to showcase that he always kind of like has his finger on the pulse of her emotions.
Yeah, you know what bike it's not?
What?
It's definitely not the bike with the training wheels because that bike is long gone.
Casey's problem with this scene. Okay, it's cute. Jackson 5, great music choice. It's very fun. That whole bicycle and kids scene, it's very
Great young Conrad too. That look dude looked just like him.
right. But it's very Stand By Me. It's
Hmm.
very Stranger Things
Yeah,
in the
very Stranger Things.
80s, right? Like it's just kids riding their bikes. Something very cool and nostalgic about that.
Come on, Conrad.
Right. So, but you have a little belly in the back, being like, Conrad, wait, and you know that he's the oldest, so he could probably be in the lead,
Yep.
and he could pedal faster than all of them because he's older.
Yep.
But he's kind of like in the middle. He's middling because of Belly.
Yeah.
And Belly is like calling for him while the other boys are like, leave her alone, come on. And it's the same thing that we see. It's so interesting to have seen it when they're that young
Yeah.
and to know that that shit is still going on when, remember, they're playing chess or something like that. And then he's the one who says, like, hey, give me your, go for me. I'm going to go teach Belly how to dance or
Yeah.
shag or whatever it was, right? So it's nice to see that through line. The thing that you didn't like about that scene,
I mean, it's more funny than
it's
anything.
funny,
Yeah.
is you're like, okay, I see what he's doing,
But someone's gonna steal that bike.
but someone's gonna steal that bike, and then also it's like, why why would riding his bike make it go faster, right?
Right.
So yeah, um,
They just poor bike with the training wheels. Just someone's throwing that baby in the back of their truck, never coming back.
you think that the
Well, I mean, do
the
you
bike
think that
got
was the
printed?
first? This is like reading way into it. Sorry. Do you think that was the first time Belly rode a bike without training wheels?
Maybe.
Which, if we're going that direction, like that is could be a very big
That's a
moment for
meaningful
Belly.
point.
It's a very meaningful moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. She's like, don't let go, okay?
You were expecting her to fall.
I was expecting her to
Yep.
fall and cry and him to like, I don't know. It didn't need all
It
that.
would have been on track for Belly falling.
Belly
Without-
falling. Yeah. Okay, so we have that, and then you get the shot of Belly turning the corner right when Conrad's like, wait, Belly, I'll take you. Nope.
A little
Um,
bit late.
a little bit late. Well, that'll come back, right? That's a little bit of the hero complex that he has going on. Um, and then we get back to the
Train
breaker group, and we got the train.
Tourette's guy.
So it's a really quick scene. Basically, you just find out that Steven and Denise, of course, are on the same train.
Dude is just kicking Steven's chair for no reason at all
The overacting award goes
to
to
that guy.
that guy.
He is just like he's doing like a crossword puzzle and is just straight up being an asshole and just kicking the shit out of Steven's chair. No real reasoning behind it, but man,
It
I would
leads,
have got up too.
yeah, it leads to Steven getting up and seeing Denise, and that's really all that scene is. So, well, no. That's not all that scene is because you liked the part where she's like, I don't have any signal. Have you heard from Jer? And Steven's like, he's like way smarter than you give him credit for.
Yeah.
Like he'll be fine. He's got this. You don't have to like baby him.
Love Steven's vest. The pants we thought were a little bit funny. The pockets were on the outside.
Yeah. I have some
Interesting.
pants. I have some pants like that. Like
Yeah.
not a different color and on the outside to draw attention to it, but yeah.
But the vest was a total vibe. I was
Like,
feeling it. I was feeling the
it
pin.
was kind of like a bomber jacket missing its sleeves.
Yeah.
Okay. I asked you if you liked it because I had neutral feelings about it. Okay. All right. Then we go to the chiffon patisserie,
Yep.
which is where Belly is there to order a mirror glaze dark chocolate two-tiered wedding cake
Yep.
with a raspberry coulis
Yep.
because that's what her boyfriend wanted.
Yep.
And that shit costs
$750.
$750. So the setup was great on that because as soon as she walks in, it's kind of like, oh wow, like this place is so nice. And then we find out later it's Jer's favorite bakery. So Jer's favorite bakery is the bakery of the stars, apparently.
Billy Joel's
Billy Joel gets his.
assistant got
So the sad thing that immediately sets the tone is that the owner, I'm assuming, is just like engaging with Belly as if Belly is an assistant to someone important.
so I didn't get that vibe, but okay.
Well, she's like, oh, who are you here for?
Oh, nice.
And she goes, myself.
Oh,
And then the girl kind of gives her a look and is like, okay.
I'm done with mean clerks in Cousin Speech.
Casey felt so bad. Like you don't love rewatching these.
I don't want to rewatch this
He
scene
doesn't
again.
love watching Belly's face just like get sad.
When she says this is a beautiful story, you can like feel that she's like in over her skis and like
It's
it
so
doesn't feel good enough for the store. The lady is not welcoming and nice. I mean, she's not as bad as the next lady,
It's not
but
even, it's that. And she's like, she's waiting for Jared to text her back because she doesn't know what to do. And then she's like, it's a really great store.
yeah,
And then there's a beat, there's a slight beat and a slight pause. And then she turned and she's like, how much are the cupcakes? And I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah, I could
Belly.
never watch that scene again.
Because it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, I don't like seeing Belly sad like that, and
Neither does Conrad.
right,
I think this is why. Yeah, a lot of empathy for how Conrad's viewing Belly.
no,
Because it's impossible to watch, and that's credit to Lola. It's impossible to watch Belly go through this and not want to jump in. So imagine being Conrad. Like you're trying really hard to not muck up this whole situation or regress the progress you think you've made. He's suppressed, not moved on. So he needs to deal with these feelings. But
and she's just so clueless that she's like, "Oh, did I say wedding? I meant birthday," like as if that would change the price. It's almost like it reminded me of like when you're trying to use your fake ID and you think it's the bomb, and the guy has seen 1,000 of these, and it's like, no,
yeah.
this doesn't make a difference.
I think that's her way of I think that's her way of saying that she doesn't have a big budget because when you say it's your wedding and somebody says $750 for a wedding cake, you're just like, "Oh, that's priced into my wedding budget." When when you say, "Oh, it's for a party," it's like then the clerk doesn't look at you like
You got this big budget.
why don't you have money for your wedding is like kind
Good
of
point.
the sad.
And this is certainly a theme throughout because this is another comes up again.
Yeah. Um so anyway, that happens.
I think Adam and Jer first seen in the office private.
Yes, numbers not adding up.
Numbers not adding up. The accounting went over it twice. You might need to,
Fire your
dig into the own accounting firm at Breaker because they're
Yeah, the accountants went over it twice,
But Jer's catching it.
Jer's catching it. Jer's like, I'm sorry, Dad. Like, I can't make these numbers add up. And I love Jer just being like, not playing the victim, but just being very honest. Like, I've gone through it like a bunch of times. It doesn't add up. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. It's kind of like the tone he gives.
Right.
And
Proud of Jer.
and
Happy for Jer.
I think Adam, again, if his head wasn't on straight, would have said something stupid because Adam can be stupid.
Yep.
But he is like, it's okay. Let me take a look. And then he throws in the whole like Denise should have looked at this.
Because Adam's got to be a little bit of a dick.
But I don't even know if that was being a dick to Jer.
No,
That
well, not to Jer, just like
that's
in general.
general, right?
Had to
Right.
bury somebody.
Or yes, it's like, well, Denise is the most senior person and she left early. You know, it's something like that.
Conrad and Jer in a picture frame on his desk.
I'm so glad you caught that. Yeah, that's cute. Um,
Post
all right.
office.
Yes. So then in the preview episode, I kept mentioning the bike, the bike. If you guys are fans who have listened to all of our rants, even in the off season, you guys know Peaches, Michaels, hand canceled stamps have come up a lot. So as soon as I saw
Nail gun.
the fucking nail gun, fucking range roll up and the post office is behind her and she is struggling, man. She doesn't know what to do with these bags. She has this bike and Conrad is like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, my great scene here for a different reason.
Okay.
The Range Rover is great.
It's just a great vehicle.
New life goals as I'm going to get a Range Rover. In addition to,
Can I get a bike?
okay, you can get a bike.
Okay.
If you are Justin Bieber fans, the new video for Yukon, amazing. It's him and Haley Bieber on their private
With their baby.
yacht on the with the baby. Also, new life goals is having a yacht or boat, whatever that thing is called. What did you call it? Skylark.
Skylar.
Having one of those.
Yeah.
New life goal.
I'm gonna tie that to The Summer I Turned Pretty because as we know, Lola and Rain have been listening to Yukon apparently on repeat since the album came out. What they say? They said
Secret sauce.
it has a
Which
secret
it
sauce.
definitely
It
does.
doesn't it
Secret
definitely
sauce.
has a secret sauce to it.
Song's a banger.
Yeah. If you change the what is it?
The pitch.
The pitch. I like it in his normal voice.
Go to YouTube and look up Justin Bieber Yukon normal pitch, and you can hear it without the.
It'll sound very Bieber-esque.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the other tie-in is that Jenny posted a picture of Lola with "I got my peaches out in Georgia."
Da-da-da.
Anyway, all that worth mentioning to me. So okay,
Is
Belly.
this in Wilmington? Sorry, cut you off again. Do we know where that is?
I think it's in Wilmington.
We got to go add that to the scene.
The post office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty clear shot of that baby.
Yeah, I think it's downtown.
It's a nice post office.
It's very nice.
Love a good post office.
Or it's some like really nice building and then the AI generated the post office sign onto it.
I love stamps too, just
Do you?
shamefully. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I used to buy stamps. I specifically ask for like U.S. history ones or baseball ones. I would use them also, but I love a good
God, you're a nerd.
historical stamp. Yeah. Well, I'm a baseball card nerd, which is like
What a nerd. So, what do I want to say about the scene? I want to say that she's playing a little bit cold towards Conrad because he was cold to her first.
I didn't notice that until like the third or fourth time.
She's like, yeah, no, like you said you were busy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, you can't maneuver this bicycle with all of these bags. So she's like, it won't fit. He's like, the seats are down. And then she says, fine, here, you take the bags. You were like, Belly, you already knew he was going to do the gentlemanly thing. But she's like, I'll put the bike in the back. You take the bags. As in, like, it's like, you didn't want to help earlier, so I don't need your help now. And he just looks at her like she's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Picks up the bike, puts it in the back. What do you say? Putting a bike in the back?
It's such a pain in the ass.
He did it pretty well. Do you think he had a practice?
Yeah.
I'm sure they had a practice.
It's the most awkward thing.
I know.
Because like the tire spins up and it's not a great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so they must have like practiced so that he could get it on one take. Like, okay, here's how it looks when it's going in, here's what it needs to look like, how you position it. But the cutest part is the unplanned, like the
Hmm.
cut that they use is the one where they both get in the car and the bike like shifts and they both turn and look at each other and laugh. Like that's Chris and Lola. That's not Belly and Conrad.
Right.
But the cut that they kept was that, which I think is
That's
so
what I think. I would have to agree with you there.
yeah,
If there's any eagle-eyed pretties out there that know
for sure.
who no that
Oh.
know what who makes those pants that Conrad's wearing,
Oh,
let me know because I need them.
Casey liked his whole fit.
I did. I'm
Whole
gonna
fit.
replicate it
Yeah. I like the white
for
t-shirt
sure.
because at first I was like, why is Conrad just wearing like I thought it was like an undershirt. I thought he was just wearing an undershirt
It's more of
around.
a stretchy, maybe like
It's
a
a nice,
Lululemon nice
it's like a nice white
white
shirt.
shirt. Yeah.
But you needed it, we said we needed it to be stretchy because of a later scene that we'll see.
Right. Those pants are fire.
The whole fit is
Pants are
fire.
fire. If some people go and find like the outfits from The Summer I Turned Pretty,
He wants to know
I
and
want to get those pants.
he wants those exact pants.
Yep.
Okay. So they get in the car and it's nice. It comes up in a more natural way here than in the book, where he's just kind of like rifling through what she got and he sees the stamps. They say love on them.
Oh yeah, the stamp part.
And Belly is still being a little cold, but she's like, yeah, I got him for the invitations. Taylor told me I had to get them hand canceled, whatever that means.
Hand canceling is.
And hand canceled means blah, blah, blah. Then they go into this whole diatribe about how he is a geek.
I was.
What was the thing that, oh, you have to talk about this. The
Oh,
George Washington red stamp, bro. Okay,
so I looked that up.
so it's a mint, unmounted George Washington red.
Yes.
Is the stamp that Jer used to send a postcard. And apparently it was a very rare stamp.
So if you look, I googled unmounted mint George Washington red stamp, and there is a variety of prices, but all of them are very expensive. So
And the question I asked you was what? Is it more expensive or less expensive than an extra semester at Finch?
some of them would be more. 16,000, 100,000, 5,000, 10,000, 75,000. So it might depend on like the quality of it. Like some of them have been canceled already, which would certainly make the value go down. This was unmounted, which maybe to me means unused,
I don't know.
but a very, very expensive and valuable stamp.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So if Jared didn't do that, Conrad would be at least
It,
$20,000, $16,000 richer.
it probably depends on the year. We don't know a lot of information. Any stamp people out there
Bro. If
can fill
Jared
us in more, but
if Jared didn't do that, that would be worth 3 trips
let's.
to the flower shop.
I'm not going to
Five,
pin this one on Jer, but yes, it is
obviously we're not
a
gonna finish
valuable stamp that probably went. What is it? A postcard?
a postcard.
Yeah.
And you cried. So there's that. There's the Lord of the Rings thing, which is it's just like a funny addition.
Yes.
Um,
She's like, I take it back. You are a geek.
you are a geek. Yeah.
I was kind of with her on that one.
Right. But he self-admits. So, all that's really cute. My favorite part of that little scene, I mean, I like the stamp stuff too, but it's kind of like when we talk about the upgrade in the show versus what we think we love in the book. Like, that whole scene was great. The stamp thing did not hold a candle to Belly with her like hopeful eyes looking over and saying, "Can we make more stop, please?" And in his head, he's like, "Say no, say no, say no." She's like, "Please, it'll just take 10 minutes max." And he says, "Sure." And then what is she? I wrote it down because the way she said it was cute. Yay, okay, thanks. And
Hard to deny there.
to resist
Hard to resist.
Belly. And then you hear his voiceover and he goes, "Weakling." As in, like,
He's
he,
trying to fight the good fight.
he just can't. And then
Can't do
you
it.
said on first watch, you're like, hey, at least he went in with her. He didn't have to go in. He could have been a jerk and like
Stayed in the car.
stayed in the car, but he went in. And
Yeah.
thank God, because that woman was tearing her to pieces.
Terrible.
She was so mean.
She was meaner than the first lady, like by far.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like gave zero fucks.
well, it's all about like a young girl comes in. It's
Like, why are you here?
yeah, you kind of get these prejudgments, and it
Ugh,
sucks.
it does suck.
There was a song playing in the flower shop that like
It's unofficial.
wasn't recognized. I wonder if anyone could tell me what song that it was.
It's played
It's
so faint. I don't know.
it sounded like a popular song though.
I don't know. But so she walks in and the woman is making a floral arrangement. She says it's pretty and she's like, "Oh, it's for something coming up." Belly inquires about uh about flowers for a very casual, very, very casual party. And Conrad's like, "What are you talking about?" And the woman says, "Oh, how about orchids? We have them flown in weekly or daily from Hawaii." And Belly's like, "That's probably too expensive." Peonies, how about peonies?
My mom had peonies in her bouquet.
That's what Conrad says.
Hey,
I think he steps in because he's seeing this interaction
yeah.
is very uncomfortable for Belly. As in, like, if you, Casey Pizzalia, were in the bakery with her, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, how do I help
Right, for sure.
this poor girl?" So he enters into the chat, and then they're having a conversation about the wedding now. It's so sad when she has this like sad belly look on her face, and she's like, "We won't need corsages for the moms." Sad. And then, of course, it's in the book, but she looks at Conrad and's like, "Yeah, and what about you and your groomsmen?" And Chris Briney's like awkward laugh.
He backs off.
His awkward laugh, he like kind of sinks towards the back, and then she starts to fucking flower shop lady then starts going in on like, "We have a $5,000 minimum for weddings." He's like,
$5,000. Our
$5,000.
prices are competitive. Like,
He says something like,
yeah,
2 seconds, please. Belly, come here.
great scene.
It's so well done.
I would have to agree with that as much as I hate them being mean. It's very well done.
It's well done because you need them to play off of the mean so Conrad can be sweet. So he is now giving Belly an alternative. Like he knows that she's probably like freaking out, and he's like, "Look, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this." And he's like, "Are you okay with that?" And she's like,
Solution guy.
"Yeah, solution guy." And she's like, "Okay, fine, let's just leave." And then she goes into the car and she's just sad, and he can tell. Does that directly lead into cupcakes?
I think so. Belly Conklin not excited to eat a cupcake?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Hey, that was a pretty good Conrad impression.
Thank you.
Um, so
Mmm.
right. So she is being pissy
Howdy and
and
yeah.
pouty, yeah. And she's taking these bites of these cupcakes. He goes,
What's the difference between that one and that one? This is 70% cacao, and this is 80% cacao.
she's about to like make fun of it. She's like, I have no idea.
She should have said 10%.
Right. What's the difference?
10%.
So that happens. And then she starts like kind of spilling her guts now
I'm
because
just
she's
gonna get
emotional.
a sheet pancake from Stop and Shop.
A sheet pancake?
What is it?
It's a sheet. It's called a sheet cake, but when you say a sheet pancake, it sounds like
Oh,
pancake.
sheet pancake.
Yeah, but she does say that she likes milk chocolate. She's like, "I don't even like dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate." And he's like, "Okay, well, let's once again, solution guy, like, let's do this then." He's like, "Don't do that. Like, how about one tier?"
Yeah, and it'll be better whatever the fucking
Oh,
bullshit this is.
it was such a good delivery and great writing. Just
Yeah.
fantastic writing. Like, okay, how about a one-tiered cake with milk chocolate frosting, which is going to be way cheaper, and he says like fuck the mirror glaze.
Yep.
Fuck the mirror glaze, and the milk chocolate frosting is going to be way cheaper than whatever, and I think he says whatever fucking
Cacao
cacao
bullshit.
bullshit they have going on.
Fantastic.
It was fantastic. Because he gets her to laugh because it's so true. It's like the cake is very extra. What we don't know
Is
yet,
that there's a reason for that.
well, we know that Jer wanted it. In the book,
It's
in the book, they actually have a little mini argument over what the cake flavor would be, and Jer was like, "Can I just have this one thing?" That's how it's done in the book. Here, I thought Belly had acquiesced to Jer, and we didn't get to see that like back and forth when she was at the bakery putting in the order. It comes back here, so I obviously like the way that it's done here better because it involves Conrad. So he and her come up with this plan. Jer calls,
it is rough.
and Jer is being a little bit.
I thought you were gonna say a little bitch.
He's not being a little bitch. He is being a little bit selfish. And he
Some people may disagree with you.
what I mean by that. No, no, no,
I
no.
think that he is being a little something.
Oh. I think he's being selfish because he basically is just kind of talking about how he can't make it and he's really sorry about Michael's and he's like, I'll just take you this weekend. Like not paying attention to her needs is why Belly is sad. She's like, I told you, I texted you. There's a 25% off sale and it ends today. So if we go later, things won't be on sale. And then she says that we can't afford the $750. So it's like he doesn't understand or grasp the
Urgency?
no, not the urgency, the money side of it.
Oh,
She's like, you can't have your fucking $750 cake, Jer, and not show up for me when I want to go get this shit on sale at Michael's. Like it we right? Like something doesn't compute. Um And I'm not, I mean, I'm speaking from Belly's perspective. I'm not hating on Jer. It's just like that is the internal stuff that's boiling up, which is why she starts to cry.
well,
And also because of
we
what Jer
haven't
starts.
addressed the out of left field, like
Dig. Complete and utter, like, I don't know what that was. Like,
it was like a lash out,
Jer is better than that.
cake lash out.
Bro, it was wild.
Like
So, okay, but what is great about it?
they're working on it. It's like
Yeah.
Conrad's
So,
coaching her through
so
it.
yeah, so Conrad is encouraging Belly to advocate for herself, right? He gave her this like little game plan, and so like she's like, okay, well, the good news is I can still get your cake from the bakery. He's like, ooh, the Mary Lay's, blah blah blah.
Your favorite spot.
Yeah, and she's like, well, no. How about? And then like Conrad's counting off the things that she's listing in on his fingers, and then like he gives her a thumbs up, like, great, you did it. Like and he's thinking it'll all be okay, Belly.
Yep.
This is all in your head. And then fucking Jer
Comes and just chews that idea up.
the words. Like you're really great at like mimicking or doing impersonations.
It was
Belly, the cacao is
is
the
bean
bean.
and the dark chocolate bitterness mixes with the raspberry and it makes the whole flavor profile. I'm like, what or who?
It's the bitterness of the chocolate or whatever and the tartness of the raspberry
I
that
didn't know that Jer was fucking Anthony Bourdain. It was a complete. I know he does, but it was a complete new
he right
lane. I felt like, and
right
he's like, I was supposed to have this one thing. He said, I could have this one thing, and I want this one thing.
he it's weird.
It's a
It's
sticking point for him,
it is.
and he doesn't know that Conrad's listening. I think that conversation might have gone a little bit different if he knew that he was being heard by other people, which we can all,
Yeah.
like we speak differently to others when others aren't listening. So it's not like a big thing. But to have Conrad have heard that is secondhand embarrassment.
The look that they both have on their faces are like, okay, that didn't go over
Did
well.
not go over well at all.
And the part that was weird was like that he's like begging, like, but mom, you said I could have it. You said I could have it. Like, I wanted this one thing. Like, why can't I have it?
Fine, we'll
Fine.
pay for it out of the.
Put it on my credit card and pay it off over time. Bro, if you need to pay $750 off over time for the wedding cake for your wedding that you decided to rush and have in 2 months' time, you're probably not in a great financial position to get married. Just saying. But,
To Conrad's credit, he
uh-oh.
could have eaten Jer alive in the privacy of that phone call ending,
Yeah.
which I probably would have done if I was Conrad.
You would have been like, fuck him.
Yeah, like fuck that.
Right.
Like,
You'd be like, fuck that. Let's go put the order in right now at the bakery.
or like,
Yeah.
does he always talk to you like that? Or like whatever the
Thing. But he doesn't. He
he
actually takes the high
doesn't.
road and he's like, hey, I know Jer really wants to be here. And then she just starts crying.
I I don't know how I feel about all that.
About what?
Conrad taking the high road. I high road is a great place, but
He just can't do anything that breaks this up or goes a bridge too far because he knows how fragile it all is. At least for him, it's super fragile. So, and we see that. She starts crying, and then you hear the don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And,
save the day.
and he's like, let's go to Michael's.
Starts the car for
And
her.
he starts the car. She's like, "Are you serious? I thought you needed to go home. The roof will be there tomorrow, and and the coupons are gonna expire. Let's go pillage corporate America."
Love it.
Like it all plays very well, and it's very similar to the dirt bomb scene. She just goes from being very sad to like all of a sudden lights up like a Christmas tree and is super happy.
Hmm.
You're like, okay, great, let's go.
Michael's always has coupons.
Michael
They're like
really does. I know. The
the
40% off
king
feeling.
and queen of. Well, Michael, I guess, is the king of coupons because it's male.
Yeah. Um, my favorite Conrad voiceover. I didn't think it would be my favorite, but the I'm so fucked
Oh
is
yeah,
like it's just
and he kind of goes on a roller coaster ride at Michael's a little
oh
bit.
yeah, he does.
But I think there's some other stuff in between. I think there's some Jer and
There's Jared and Adam. This is the good Jared and Adam scene.
yes,
I like the scene.
same.
You go through it.
I have that we find out that Jer is growing. We hear that he's been staying with Adam at the loft, and Adam's proud of this new thing that this like issue that he caught at work.
Hmm.
And but Jer's also been keeping his side of the loft clean and like pulling his weight
And cooking.
and cooking, and Adam's super proud of him. And so Jer has certainly earned some trust and respect with Adam.
He actually uses the words like I'm impressed. You and Belly deserve to be happy.
So like you can see that that's making Jer happy. It's a good scene for the both of them. In the long run, I think we're forgetting about the bride in this
Right.
wedding situation because he's like, I'm paying for it now. We'll do it at the club. I want to get my money's worth out of that place.
And Jared doesn't stand up for Belly. That's the like. So he's like he does say like, well, Belly was thinking about having it at the house. He's like, no, we don't need to have it at the house. So Jerry is so starved for
Yes.
affection.
Yes. Yes.
He's
yes.
when he's with Belly, he's starved for her affection. When he's with Adam, he's starved
man.
for his.
I feel bad for him.
And yeah, I mean, again, he is damaged as well.
We all need therapy.
Right. So he just kind of like lets it go, but then he doesn't think, and he takes that energy into his conversation
And
with Belly
apparently
later.
there's some more added ties and like subheadings to this Adam plan as well that we
Right.
find out about later on in
Yeah,
the
we'll
episode.
find out later
There's some added baggage that comes along with Adam planning this wedding.
for sure. Okay, so now we get
Or paying.
the car ride to Michael's, and we get Harry Styles' Cherry.
Yeah, I looked up the lyrics before. It was very fitting.
Shout out to the pretty,
Shout out
like
to all the pretties, but
shout out
yes.
to all the pretties, but a couple of you guys messaged me privately and were like, I had that song pegged for a Conrad moment. Like, because in the off season, we were all kind of like building our Conrad or Bonrad playlists. And A couple of you guys were like, yeah, Cherry really hits. Um, but
Like
this
10 minutes.
scene, I was saying to you, this scene is where when they're first driving together, the first shot of them driving, she's still a little bit cold. He's still a little bit standoffish. There's still a little bit of awkwardness there. By the time this has come through, she's cried in front of him now.
Yeah.
They had like a master plan to like the flowers and the cake fixing. And so now there's a little bit more trust and a little bit more openness. So
Yep.
now we start to see them have deeper conversations. He brings up he saw her GRE textbooks.
Yes, which is what again?
So the GREs are like I'll just put in simple terms, is like the SATs for getting into grad school.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So when you are in high school, you take the SATs and you get a score so that you can apply to colleges. And the GREs are for like general business school. I
Thank you.
too studied I mean, I didn't really want to go to grad school. I thought I might go to grad school, actually for psychology, just like Belly, because I was a psychology major. And I did a little bit of studying for the GRE, but then I decided to go a different path. So, um, anyway, but he is asking her, he's asking her about her dreams and her wishes and her goals in life. And it's just a really good conversation. She opens up about the fact that when she like hurt her knee and she couldn't play anymore, that there's like not she had to, but her coach recommended that she talk to
Yep.
a sports
Psychologist.
psychologist,
Very, very important.
right? Um, and she said that it was super helpful to her. And then he opens up and says that he's actually in therapy. And she has this like very proud, almost like surprised, but proud look.
Well, she's like, you've got it all figured out.
Yeah. Do you think there's a tinge of just kind of like sadness in her? Because she knows that he has a failure to communicate and
Yeah.
that he shuts down. So do you think that there's like a 1% like, oh, I wish you could have been that honest with me, but I'm glad you're in therapy?
No, I think that,
I mean, because I think she knows that they just don't communicate.
yeah. And I think that
But they are now.
it's a process and, whatever's meant to be will be, we have to grow.
Yeah.
Conrad's growing, she's growing, and they look much more
Older.
older and mature. This is like a good visual.
It's great. They look great.
They do. They both like kind of matching too, like
Yeah.
white with super tans.
And then you do have the book stuff. So the stuff that's direct from the book is like you've changed too. And then he
Oh
names all the
yeah.
reasons that he's noticed that she's changed and the I'm a real lady now.
Yeah, they had great writing by Jenny. Conrad, I think Conrad's his most like not this scene specifically, but this whole episode. Great dialogue. Just like
Hmm.
some of it, not to make it about myself, but it was like I feel like I would have said that. I feel like that was
Very believable.
very believable
Yeah.
dialogue
Yeah.
and
Even
word
like
choices.
I don't know, like I mean they're great actors. So like but her like fake driving and like looking over at him still, like she can't stare at him and have this conversation, but she does a good job of like looking when he's not looking or looking when he is looking at her. It's just very natural. So, I loved it. Um and then she does the you don't miss a thing. You don't miss a thing. All right. Then we have a very quick Stephen and Denise. Um, I'll show you mine if you show me
And
yours.
then the old guy gets up and leaves. It's very funny.
And so he was like, no, 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 that's not what we're talking about. But they're talking about their games. The part that I like, and this will come back in the last scene of them two, is remember the very first episode when Denise was giving Stephen a hard time about how he's not passionate about work?
She kind of finds the passion in Steven here a little bit.
Exactly. Like she gets a glimpse into what he is actually passionate about
Hmm.
and that he's actually quite talented at. Like she looks
She
at
was
him, she's
impressed.
like she was impressed.
And they're
And
both gamer people and they're like kind of bonding over that.
yeah, and but the way that he talks about it in this very like poetic way, she's like, "Oh, you are passionate about things, just not Breaker."
Didn't you have a game that you liked to play on your phone once upon a time?
I have so many games that I like to play on my phone.
Name one.
Um, balls.
Oh, balls. Yeah, he used to play balls.
Used to be balls. Um, yeah. What else? Do you ever play Angry Birds?
No, but I've heard of
Were
it.
you an Angry Birds person?
Nope.
I didn't play Angry Birds when it was popular. I found it afterwards and I'm like, this is addicting. I do like this game.
We did Trivia Crack for a while.
Yeah.
I like Trivia
I'm
Crack.
a nerd. I love playing like the word games.
Oh yeah, we like New York Times games.
Yeah. So does Lola.
Wordle,
Yeah.
crossword,
Lola's quite good at Wordle.
four pairs or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Connections,
Then we're at
connections.
Michael's.
And I thought this, and you said it. It was like Party City 2.
It was Party City like part two.
And I think I have another one where there's a couple scenes in this episode where it's like we've seen this already in a younger life, and now we're getting the
Yeah.
encore, like the sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. I actually really like the dance that they do because it's a little bit of like takes a step forward or she takes a step forward, he takes a step back, then then he corrects back and then she responds back and they do that the entire time they're in that aisle.
Yeah.
So, but it's very believable. Like he's giving her so much now and she's like very responsive to it all of a sudden. Like again, the serotonin boost, right? Like she was sad and crying, but like he's been there for her now. So she's opening up. She's like, "Okay, great. Which vases do you like? This one or this one?" And he's playing along. He's like, "I don't know, the large one." She's like, "Yes."
You got to play along.
She's like, "Me too." And he's thinking like, oh, she's so happy, like whatever. And he's like, it kind of feels like we're planning our wedding. I forgot for a second I wasn't marrying her.
Yeah.
And just that like quick realization, and then he says something kind of dickish.
He's like, "Oh, how long is this gonna take?" Which I
Yeah.
didn't love it, but
Yeah. Well, you didn't love it because it was an overcorrection to his internal monologue where he's like panicking.
yeah.
Better than him having a panic attack. But yeah, I mean, now we get to. It's so interesting because we we the fans or the jelly fans will call Conrad out for saying dickish things like from season 1 from season 2, but when you get to hear him process it and
Yeah.
then say it, it's like, oh, this dude's like all fucked up in the head. So he like says that and she immediately looks sad again. She's like, oh, I'm sorry,
Oh,
you
we
have
can
to,
just like go pay for this
we
stuff.
can just go pay, I'm sorry you have to do this with me. And then again
He
over.
jumps back in. He's like, "Well, we got the coupons. Let's just like take a lap. See what's popping."
Yeah, right. And then she'll make fun of him for this later, but it's a continuation of the overcorrection. Like, look at all these great things over here. Like we have garlands and flowers. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Are you serious?"
So like Conrad gets a lot of credit for being the more grown up one, and he certainly is the more mature one, but he still is certainly a little naive about certain things. Like apparently this wasn't a good idea. I was with him when like
What
in
was the good
spirit,
idea?
fake flowers. I was
Oh.
like, "Oh, that sounds like I could get behind that idea." Like because apparently Belly didn't think it was a good idea.
It wasn't necessarily. No, she ends up getting the sunflowers.
Okay.
She does end up getting the sunflowers. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a better idea to get the blue hydrangeas.
Okay.
It's an overcorrection on his part, and he's trying to
He's
like
just like
he's making
something.
light,
It
right?
was like the closest thing.
He's like,
Like
grab something, do something with your hand,
yeah, yeah.
right? Because you just made her sad again.
Hmm.
And
Totally agree.
I brought this up. I only noticed it on like maybe the third watch. Um, because there's no way you would ever clock it on the first watch. Like he picks up these flowers, and she's kind of looking at him like it's insane that he picked up these flowers. And you're like, Belly, why are you so judgy of him picking up this like random bouquet of flowers? And then you get her bringing it back up when she's drunk. And
Which
right, which she's known to do. Like, why did you get me that infinity necklace for my birthday?
don't step on it.
She gets
Yep.
she gets very bold when she's drunk. So she brings it up again, and then you find out that
There's more
like
meaning to it.
because again, until we saw that flashback, I'm like, Belly, why are you bringing up something about your guest room? Like, how many times? I literally was like, how many times has he been in your guest room
Yep.
or your house in Philadelphia that he should
I
know?
thought it was a stretch too.
I
Until
thought it was a
like
stretch.
you
And
like
then we see the scene, and I'm like, oh,
but
okay.
you're also it's a stretch until you watch it again
That's
and
the
you
thing.
see the visual on her face
So
of
then, so then you go back, and again, he's playing it up for her.
like these are great and they're 8.99 with 20%
And
off.
she does the whole like, wait, are you kidding? It's like, are you kidding? Because if he remembers, it's like a funny callback when she realizes that he's utterly clueless. And because they're not the same color,
I was like, I
my honey
wouldn't
was
have.
like, I wouldn't have known they're a different color.
Yeah.
And that's just like, again, a boy POV thing. No judgments, but there's a little bit of Belly that's like, oh, I thought he remembered and was making a joke, kind of like I thought Coco was your specialty. But instead, it's literally just, no, he's clueless. He misses it. And she's like, I think there's like a 5% of her that's like sad he didn't remember
Oh, you're being serious?
this like intimate moment or
She's like,
whatever in the guest room. I don't know. So,
linger.
linger. Yes. So then what linger starts and it's a
Do
cover.
you have to? Yeah, a
It's a
new
cover
a
of
new one
Linger
apparently.
because the original is the
Cranberries.
Cranberries.
Yep.
Um,
Great song. And all these songs are like, I think Cherry by what's his face would be the only
Styles,
like,
upgraded, new.
well, Linger was also made, this version was recent, but like all the songs, Van Morrison, Rolling Stones, um, Smokey
They
Robinson or whatever, all the songs are older.
and they all are males. It's all male vocalists.
Damn. Did someone tell you that?
No,
That is a great point.
it's Conrad's POV.
That is a great point. And I think,
I mean Fleetwood Mac, but like,
right, right.
but that's a group song, right?
I wonder if the Cranberries have a female singer too. That would be, maybe that's why they use that version. There is a female. Bro, that's crazy.
Fleetwood Mac does too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so Fleetwood Mac would be the one exception.
yeah,
But they use this dude's cover of
right,
Linger as opposed to the Cranberries.
right. So anyway,
Great point. All male singers, mostly.
yeah. But so that scene ends and they turn the corner and like I think it's so cute because Conrad's like giving himself a little pep talk during it. He's
Yeah.
like, "You're doing great. Just keep moving forward. Like it's all gonna be okay. That was great, man. Like you go. Like you keep doing this.
And then it's
This is
like slow-mo, slow-mo. You've got me wrapped around your
yeah,
finger.
you've got me wrapped around your finger when you get the slow-mo of Belly flipping her hair and turning around with this like big smile, light behind her is like, oh God, he's dying inside.
He's in too deep.
He is in too deep, which will lead to the next set of scenes. So they're back in the car.
Yes, this is a big one.
They're back in the car and now they're like opening up.
This is probably my most uh the
Favorite
most meaningful of all of it.
because he tells her that he got fired.
Well, I think it's because of what she is inquiring about.
Okay, go for it.
Do we want to jump right in?
I mean, yeah, I mean it's
This is
just
all
looking
about,
it's just them back in the car, so the dialogue is the scene.
it's like, how did you go to Paris? I mean, how did you go to California? How'd you do that? Like,
Yeah.
how'd you take that leap? How'd you leave everything that you
Oh, okay.
love here
Yeah.
and go
Oh,
all the way over there? And
right.
she's certainly like locked in on this
She's
conversation.
really looking for his opinion on it. And it just feels like Lola said this.
Mm-hmm.
Lola was asked like to compare the differences between the Jelly relationship and the Bonrad relationship.
Yep.
And Lola says like when you see Jelly together, like physical touch is important to them. They're very comfortable with each other. They're they're friends. They're like best friends, and they have this ESP thing. And then she says that, but Belly and Conrad, it's like this emotional connection, and their conversations are like very deep and meaningful, and they tell each other things that they don't tell anyone else. Like, even if they haven't seen each other for years and years and years, it takes just a little bit of time.
Yep. And they're
Like, we saw that at
back in it.
Christmas, and they just fall right back in, and they're just like confessing things that they wouldn't normally tell other people about. So I think they've had that connection probably their whole lives growing up. And Belly is really, she feels some kind of way. We were judging Belly, right? That's the thing. We were judging Belly like, oh my gosh, I can't stand Belly. Like, she's being stupid. She's telling Jared that she can't be without him for 5 months and she's giving up on her dream. And we were judging her for it. She's not that dumb, guys. She's still carrying that around with her. And she's like, so Conrad, there's like, so it's not just the Jeremiah thing. There's a part of her that's scared of being away from home, not being away from Jer.
Right. There's like a little bit of what is the girl Laura Jean?
Yeah.
She decides that she's going to go to New York
Yeah.
for college instead of going to the West Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Belly's certainly interested in this, like going away,
Yeah.
doing something foreign, experiencing life because she's seeing how Conrad's grown.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got it all figured out,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she's feeling right now like she doesn't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
getting married, all this craziness,
Yeah.
and I
But
think that's where this is headed.
but I think you also like it because you have always been a big proponent of like move like changing your scenery can change your mindset, like getting out of a bad, like physically getting out of a bad situation, or physically getting out of your hometown, or physically sending yourself to Stanford away from all of this bullshit on the East Coast. Like, that physical location change matters. And it's so
It's a
nice to hear Conrad say it was really weird to see. He's like, I'll never forget it, to see the sunset from the opposite side. But he said that it felt like being on another planet, which meant that that life was full of possibility. And I'm like,
yeah,
number one, how beautiful and poetic is that?
yeah.
But also, Belly's eating that up with a spoon because she's like, that sounds great. And he goes, you could do it.
Yeah, and the change of scenery isn't everything. The change of scenery and working on yourself is the combined
But
thing that you
you
need.
need that like big
This big bang, the big start.
big step even.
There's
Like,
a
you throw yourself out of your comfort zone, then you're just kind of like you're gonna discover some things about yourself.
there's a term. I don't know if it's in therapy or in recovery, whatever it is, but it's wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
So it's like even if you move to the other side of the country and you stay the same in this doing the same patterns that you're doing, nothing's gonna change. So you gotta like
Yeah.
change your patterns, improve yourself, all that stuff.
Sure.
Um,
And obviously, we're finding out that there is, for all of his growth, there's still one thing that he's holding back and that he's been suppressing, and he's going to have to deal with that. He's dealing with it kind of head on here because he has to. But
Belly also says, talking about Conrad getting fired when Conrad opens up, she says, maybe there's a world where getting fired is the best thing that's ever happened to you.
that is foreshadowing.
That's the line.
That is
That's a
foreshadowing.
bar.
That, I mean, that is, yeah. Or no, she follows that up with maybe you're right where you're supposed to be. And like right now, he is there with her.
Interesting.
But the one thing that I will say, just before we forget it, is I said that it happens again in the prom love scene flashback, but he does a lot of really shitty things. And when you don't hear him processing the thoughts
Yeah,
before he does or says something shitty, you don't know what his intentions were with it.
right.
Because you said in the preview episode, like, you can't climb inside someone's head. You have to just kind of like take what they say at face value. But it was so great, like such great writing, because he says that I've always struggled looking weak in front of Belly. My mom kind of put him up on this pedestal. She looks at you like you hung the moon. And he said, and I always wanted to look like that to her. But then he says, but maybe that was my mistake. And then he immediately fixes the mistake.
Mm.
That's growth, to like recognize that you could do the thing that you've always done
Yeah.
to preserve this thing, but fuck it. Maybe I'm the problem. This time I'm gonna open up and tell her what's really up.
And Belly's answer was very reaffirming because this is one of the parts that made me, I get emotional, well up a little bit where she's like, Conrad, you can't be perfect or you're not
Yeah.
going to be perfect. And that was
Like
like,
nobody's perfect, not even you.
yep.
Oh,
So
and then,
it's like giving the permission to not be perfect.
but then like still bringing up his hero complex. Um,
And he accepts that because it kind of pissed me off a little bit.
why?
Well, just because like I felt like for a second she was using the fact that he opened up to her and told her he was going to therapy like a little bit like
Against it?
like hey, I think you and your therapist need to work on blah 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 blah. And I
Oh,
was like if
no, it was
in me and his body was like okay, asshole.
you feel like you're being called out.
Yeah, I felt like being called out a little bit, but
No.
he took it. No, he accepted it in a better way than I initially took it, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I should probably spend some." He like sits there and thinks about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess I should probably think about that,
Yeah.
work on that a little bit, spend some
Yeah.
time on it, whatever he said."
Yeah. So, um, all right. So then I didn't notice it the first time, and I know that it had everybody fucking
Sprung.
sprung, dude. Sprung. And I will be the first to admit, because I did it all over the place, all over the place. You said, do you think we'll get peaches? And I was like, no, absolutely not. Ashlyn, shout out Ashlyn. She was like, I think we're gonna get peaches. And I'm like, I think you're wrong. In our group chat of all places, and like people in Patreon, and I was like, I don't know, it's a little too early for peaches. Jenny fed the Bonrad fans like in a big way, like just like jam packed
I called it
everything, jam packed everything.
when she said, "Are you hungry?" I was like, "Peaches is coming."
Well, she was like, should we get something? And I love peaches, but I also would have loved to see them like stop and have dinner together. They have dinner together later, so I'm satisfied. But like, yeah.
Scratched all the itches.
Okay, so they're driving, and you see the peach sign. And then you see the Conrad, did you want to stop? She says, "No, we already passed it." You turn. None of this is new. This is all from the original text.
Right.
But God, was it beautiful.
Yeah, if you look at this is what it immediately made me think of the way it's shot, the colors, everything. Keep in mind, I have never seen this movie. I just know the poster, but the Pride and Prejudice poster, it's Keira Knightley and some dude, and that's exactly what. If you put them shit side to side, it looks fucking like
It does look
it
like
got the
that.
vibes. It's got the vibes.
It does look like that.
Oh,
And Casey came up with this theory all on his own
yep.
because he's not on TikTok and he doesn't see all the comparisons between Pride and Prejudice and Belly and
And
Conrad.
I've never seen the movie. I don't know what the story's about, but I know that the
But you
poster
like,
looks like
you're like, where do I know this? And you're like,
yes.
is it Pride and Prejudice? And you looked it up and you're like, that's the movie poster I saw.
Yep.
Um, this is the part where I'm like, this is a big cinematic, like, it felt like it could be a part of a music video. It felt like it could be like a really great scene in the Notebook. It just like it had that climactic like you knew. If you've never read the book, you probably knew this was going to be the oh shit moment because of how it was shot. It was shot at dusk with this like beautiful lighting on both of them.
Yeah.
And the song is
Wild Horses.
Wild Horses, which I know the song Wild Horses, but I don't know the song. Like, I'm not dissecting that song the way that I dissect other songs. I probably just know it from, again, childhood.
Right.
We looked it up.
Yes, we did.
And what did you find about Wild Horses?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you looked it
I
up.
did look it up. Let me pull. Oh, it's about. Oh, I do
The
have it.
Untamed Nature of Love.
And something about the narrator.
Yes.
Something about the narrator. Hang on one second.
So there's a duality to it. So wild horses is like obviously horses in the wild versus horses that are contained. There is a free spirit to Belly here that we've been missing. Right?
The central lyric symbolizes an unbreakable emotional attachment. No matter how painful or complicated the situation, the narrator remains deeply committed.
And the narrator here is Conrad. So very beautiful, very poetic. What I was getting at with the wild horses thing is that like there is a comfort that she has in this setting that I just don't think that we've seen.
Hmm.
Like in the first and I know what you're gonna say, but in the first and second episode, like all this mothering of Jer, all the pushing down her feelings, all the having to hide her pain, having to hide all her secrets, planning this fucking wedding that everyone told her was ridiculous.
Right.
Like there's just a lot of stuff going on with her, and for her to have, and even this episode, she's like, the fucking florist sucks and the bakery sucks and Jer's not there and she's like going through it and like the peacefulness of her in this moment is like really beautiful and breathtaking. But then there's a little bit of like wildness to it because you're just literally like at a peach stand, no one's there in the middle of a field, and you're just like eating peaches and it's like dribbling
Dripping everywhere.
all over. Yeah.
Me and like 1% of the pretty universe is definitely thinking she's eating a peach like a wild horse.
Um,
She housed that piece.
but I no, but I told you,
It's in the
like
book. It's in the book.
I no, but literally, I thought it was weird because Jenny was like, she says, I ate it in 3 bites, and I literally imagined, I'm like, could I eat a
Yeah,
peach
peach.
in 3 bites?
It was dripping everywhere, like down her arm, like crazy.
And then he gets her another one, whips out his wallet, pays for it, and then he's like, is it? She's like, I don't know if I want another one because I'm afraid that like it won't be as good.
Yep.
And he's like, well, let's test it. And then we get the most intimate, the single most intimate moment of my life.
Especially in the first watch, it was like in the book, I didn't feel it this much,
Hmm.
but in the first watch, it was like Conrad made a move.
Yeah.
Like that was like a we're gonna
Yeah.
make out after this move, almost.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna where is this gonna go? Like we're in the moment so much where cheating, not like it could have like ridden off into a different
Yeah.
place, you know? But and Belly gets there a little bit, not as I wasn't as satisfied with Belly's
We'll
um
talk about that
reciprocation
or lack of.
or lack thereof.
I mean, she is,
She says some shit with her eyes there,
she says a lot.
but then she like bangs it over the head with the Jer comment right after, and Conrad has to kind of slink away
Hmm.
with the shitty thought of like,
Yeah. What we're missing in this, and I don't know if we're gonna get it, guys, because I don't know that they'll backtrack to the scene, but in the book, she describes herself as
they have to do that.
she described like in the book she describes it as like everything in the rest of that night she was like physically shaking from how they almost fucked up, about like how intense like it all was and how much she was like I didn't wasn't expecting this, and her in her head being like, oh my God, was that a move? That had to have been a move, right? Like did we almost kiss? Did we not?
I feel like they had to because we didn't get the Belly narration there.
Yeah.
They had to put that extra love scene in after to give the Bonrad fans.
Because there was so much sexual tension up to that point that if we weren't going to get in the present day,
Well,
like
you don't get the payoff of like
yeah,
Belly, Belly like certifying those feelings.
right. Well, I don't think that I think she's really confused now.
Yes, because when she goes back to the house, there is some like, can I ask you something? And like,
They're both like they both know what just almost happened, and then they both have a choice to continue on in the night or pretend like nothing happened.
yo,
And they both,
got to talk about the Paris vibes there too.
well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry,
Okay.
we're stepping on our stuff here. Um, so Peaches, you thought it was done better than in the book? Or I mean, like
Um,
was it visually better than what you imagined in
sure,
your
sure, 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 sure. It was way more
too?
intense, and it
It was
was
beautiful. It was so beautifully lit and shot, and they looked
it
amazing.
was Conrad shooting a shot.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an innocent.
No, it wasn't. I don't know that he was shooting a shot. I just think again, wild horses, untamed,
The time that
unconditional.
just took over.
Yeah, he almost lost it. And when he's leaving that, he said something like, "Oh, I remember it wasn't me. It was Jer. That was the way it was supposed to be." And you're like, "What? You just made a move." And I'm like, "It was an accidental move." And now he has to like
Sell it to himself.
sell it to himself. Like, nope, that can't happen. She wasn't into that.
I was completely expecting the
Belly.
intimate
Oh, okay.
moment thing. And I
Well,
was a little bit like disappointed that it didn't happen. That she didn't kind of like certify. Because in the book, you get that.
well, yeah, right. Yeah.
But they make up for it with,
Yeah, she's like, that's the most intimate thing anyone has ever done to me. I'm like, well, she hadn't had sex in the book either.
right. And then
So,
the intimate, they have another intimate moment there,
yeah.
which we'll eventually talk about.
So then we have Denise and Steven. Very quick scene. We don't have to go through it a ton, but they're both going to New York for the same nerdy reason.
Seeds are planted. Denise and Steven. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I do like the triangle has officially been formed.
Yeah.
Steven and Taylor have seen each other. I mean, not Steven and Taylor. Taylor and Denise have seen each other. They don't know each other or might be like going up against one another yet, but the triangle has been formed.
Shit, you know what?
What?
We're gonna get to it later, but I think the reason that they have the whole breaker employees are coming to the wedding
Oh,
is
wow.
to get Denise to the wedding.
Interesting. Okay.
Damn. Well,
Well, we don't know about that yet.
that's a horse of a different color.
It's coming.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get Conrad and Belly, he opening the door and going into the house the way that they have before when they were
Paris vibes.
sneaking away. And Conrad's like, I almost fucked up, can't do that anymore. And then he literally says, I'm going to bed. And then you get the shot of Belly, both French doors open, looking out in the beautiful.
Yep. It's like every Paris scene you've ever seen on film. She opens the French door. She's sitting there leaning up against the one side. It's as if the Eiffel Tower was straight out
Right.
in the distance, but it's not. They're at Cousins. A foreshadowing of Paris.
You think so?
I do think so.
Yeah. That was the first thing you said.
I'm like, that was like Paris.
Yeah.
Looks like a Paris scene.
Yeah.
If you watch it, I
I mean,
feel like you might catch what I'm talking.
there are people who are thinking that, which I am now thinking too, is that
It's going down in Paris.
Yeah, Belly doesn't go to Paris this fall, especially if she just canceled a wedding. Because Conrad even says like it'll be there after you graduate, and she was telling him that it was okay to take a break year or a gap year. And so I think she is going to regret not going to Paris and she needs time to like get the fuck away from all of this messiness,
Hmm.
some of which that she caused
Yeah.
to her family and his family and all of that and to Jer,
I mean, yeah,
honestly.
to start a wedding, get people bought in, da, da, da,
Right.
then cancel it.
Yeah. So I think she is going to go live in Paris. And people are thinking that Conrad may propose in Paris.
Belly in Paris.
And if he does, that would be a nice callback shot
Where, yeah,
with
yeah,
the balcony. Yeah,
I'm sold.
a Parisian balcony. Anyway, so we have that, and then
She's like, yeah, I can eat.
yeah,
You hungry?
and then he's like, "Are you hungry?"
Yeah, I can eat.
I can eat. And again, they're just like willing to forget, right, what just happened. And what do you think she was going to ask? Because he like they go and they put their bags together all cute on the nice little thing, and then he's taking the chicken out, and she was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And he says, "Fuck." As in like he thinks she's going to ask about
Does,
his feelings for her or why they broke up. Like
do you
he
still
thinks
think about me?
right. He thinks that she's going to call him
Do you
on,
still think about me? Are you
"Are you okay with this wedding
okay with this
really?"
wedding? I don't think she's going to ask about peaches. I don't, but I think it's going to be like a more of a would have been like a more broad
Yeah,
me and you question.
right. So,
But she doesn't.
but she doesn't, and she spins it into, "Is all you eat chicken?" And that leads to a really like he's very relieved that that's the question because he just says, "No, it's all I know how to make."
Well, yeah, because they get to kind of keep playing. Because if she did ask that, it may have sent it into it might have tailspinned into a bad thing.
Yeah,
But now they get to keep playing
house.
domestic house. Yes, they get to keep playing house.
They're playing house.
And the Yes Chef, the bear callbacks, or bear the bear shout outs are great.
Yeah,
And
Lola loves that show.
Lowell loves that show. They do a great job with it.
Also, it's
Apron, it's a callback to the Better with Glasses cooking
crazy.
show.
Somebody said that. Like somebody was like, "How are you guys so in tune with the show?" And I'm like, "I don't know." But as soon as he was like, "I'm gonna put on an apron for this," I'm like, "Why is Conrad acting like my husband?" Right? Like, I'm gonna put on an apron. Like, all right, do you? And like her pulling out the frozen like
French
fried
fries.
fries, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna work on the French fries. You
She
can man the
starts
chicken
unraveling
foil."
foil.
And she brings out the like flat like sheet pan, and it's I've watched the scene way too many times, way too much in detail. But she asks him for the olive oil,
Hmm.
and he does like pretends like he's gonna throw it, and she's like no, and then she like does this like kind of
I
like
didn't even see that.
jokey. It's so cute. Oh, and then the behind,
Behind.
like she's walking behind him, and he goes behind,
Any restaurant workers know what that's all about.
and she says, she's like, "Well, you're not supposed to say behind when I'm behind you." And he's like, "You're supposed to say it." She's like, "Have you never watched any cooking shows?" It's like the them kind of talking incoherently, like, but they're having a conversation, but we can't really hear it, continues at the dinner scene.
Yeah, we love doing this ourselves. Like, just for instance, like when we did the show, when we did our extras, like
Yeah.
we couldn't wait to go to dinner afterwards and just chop it up, like talk about debrief on all the crazy shit that happened today.
Oh, when we did the show, as in like when we were
Yes,
extras.
we're like,
Yeah.
or when we have a crazy day and we're like, can't wait to debrief this.
Like you go to a work event or a networking event,
Yeah,
right? And like
you can't like speak openly yet.
right. Or a party or
Mhm.
somebody's, yeah.
So they are having their dinner and they're debriefing the day basically
Right.
over drinks, and it's very true to life.
Yeah. But it's funny because they keep like impersonating each other and they're eating dinner. Oh, I was wrong. I thought I was gonna get my spaghetti scene. I didn't get my spaghetti scene. It's French fries and ketchup and chicken.
This is pomegranate margaritas part two.
Say more about that.
Um,
Drunk belly.
Drunk Belly, same pitches of the squeaks and the high pitch voices and her acting, her mannerisms, all of it. It was like it could be just Lola's drunk acting, but it is so similar.
But it's cute.
For sure.
It's very cute.
But it's pomegranate margaritas part two.
Yeah.
The she's that same person.
But again, she gets really
Yes.
emboldened
Bold.
by her drunkenness to just say what's on her mind. And like the she doesn't let him get away with it. So she brings up like the flower thing, and he's like, "What do you expect?" I'm like, "No, I study medicine. I didn't study botany." And she's like, "No, bro, you're missing the point." She does a Conrad, what? Conrad, what? As in like you are missing the point. Like those flowers, I hate those flowers. You know I hate those flowers because those flowers are the same flowers as the ones in my parents' or my mom's guest bedroom.
And I would ask her a throwaway all the time.
And then he's like, oh, fuck, I do remember.
Yeah, he
And
catches
then
up
he's
with
like,
it.
and then I do remember.
But don't let before you get into that. I don't have a lot to say about that scene, but I wanted to wipe up that wine so bad.
Oh, that was the funniest part of it because she goes, whoa,
I
whoa.
noticed it immediately, and I was like, "Belly, wipe it up.
No,
Belly, wipe it up." And then they start talking about it. I'm like, "Oh fuck."
but so funny because she is like, oh, whoa, like, um, you're so chill in
I'm
California or something like that.
so chill now, so cool, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, I really mellowed out.
Yeah,
Um, and they're making fun and they're having a good time and she's like really sweet. Um, but then we get the flashback and it is very, very romantic. It is very steamy.
steamy. I think they got the intimacy that you may have been like, she may have been referring to in the Peaches scene. I feel like you got that intimacy there.
Right. But it's this is gonna sound weird. It's allowed to happen in the show now because they are also older. Like when it was very beautiful, but when it's Belly's first time
Mm-hmm.
ever, there's like a care and a softness to it and whatnot. But like when you see this,
It was way more. It was in their house. Parents were there somewhere. It
yeah,
was a little more illicit
yeah,
and
it's a good word.
illicit and
Stuck in,
she snuck in. Yep, it was. Listen,
yeah. But that's not even like yes, it is a great scene, and you clearly see like the passion. And what I mean by that is like I was telling someone else. A lot of Conrad fans were like, I don't want to see Belly and Jer have sex anymore. But we've actually never seen Belly and Jer have sex. We see a lot of references, right? We see post, we see before, we see callbacks to how much makeup sex they're having. We've never actually seen them that intimate.
listen. Don't
Don't
don't put it out into the world because you might get it now.
no, I don't know if I want that. But yeah, but it was a really well done scene. The most heartbreaking part of the scene though is not that. It's that
Oh, the empty promise party.
the empty promise party is
Mom's gonna be okay. I'm gonna take care of prom.
yeah,
Neither of those things happen.
right. But again, everyone's like he was a jerk at prom, and not that it undoes his actions, but you now hear the reasoning behind it. He says like Belly has this idea that if you're a good person, bad things won't happen to you. And he's like, there's a part of that innocence that he wanted to protect her from. So he didn't want to be the one to tell her just like how dire and serious the situation was. He didn't want to bring her down. Now, was that the right choice? Obviously not. He could have been honest with her, but he was doing it to protect her. So he wasn't doing it out of his own selfish reasons or because he didn't think he was good enough for her. I mean, he was obviously acting like a jerk and knew he wasn't right in the right mental headspace, but he couldn't protect her from
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So, um yeah. So I wrote down like didn't want to ruin that part of her that thought everything was fine. Um Two things in that scene though. If you rewatch, she is wearing moon and star earrings, which is a symbol of Belly and Conrad and infinity. And then she's wearing her infinity necklace, which everybody knows because the amount of images of him kissing her neck with the
Yep.
infinity necklace there is like, it's all over the place. And I'll just leave it at that. Honey, I'm home. So we go from that to Conrad looking at Belly across the table from him, being like, that was the last time we were together like that. What would have happened if I didn't fuck it up like I always do? What would have happened if I didn't push her away? How many dinners would we have had like this?
I wanted to. It was a perfect spot,
For Jared to come in.
yes, as a story
Yeah, right.
creator,
Yeah.
but perfect spot for Conrad to deliver the nail gun line because wanted to fucking escape that situation for him.
See?
I'm like, dude,
You're
get the fuck out of there
get
now.
I think that's kind of how we all felt. Like it's just it's okay. They are together, right? They are in a relationship. So she's drunk. He shows up. She's like, "Oh, Jer's here." Like
And I don't think Jared does anything
they hug,
necessarily wrong,
they
but if
embrace.
you're riding the Conrad Belly train and then it's like,
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, let's remember that Jer still exists. So he comes in. I mean, it is a little cringe when he's like, "Oh, you guys made dinner. Yeah, do you want me to make you a plate? You want to eat? I just want to eat you." Like that's the moment where I'm like, "Conrad, leave."
yeah.
It's like, yeah. And then he clocks the bags. This part is funny, I guess, but I don't know if Jer's like I don't think Jer's jealous. Maybe. But
He makes sure to say, my co-best man. So
right
I
afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but he was like, "Michael's, I thought I was gonna take you. I thought I told you. Like, I thought I told you I was gonna take you tomorrow." And she's like, "No, Conrad took me. We used the coupons."
Yeah, it was very cute.
It was very cute. Um, because she's drunk, right?
And
Like,
she's Conrad's like getting the fuck out of there, but she's like, hurry up because you don't want to miss the fireworks.
right.
So
Right. And not just that, but like Conrad is sitting there. He obviously had a day with Belly that I think he thinks is special to him. And I think she realizes is special to her too. But then Jared's back in the mix and she's sitting on
I have
his
a thought.
huh?
I have
She's sitting on his lap.
yep.
I don't think that's totally necessary, but I don't know. Maybe it's overcompensation because she feels guilty.
Well, I think he's overcompensating too, to be fair.
Jared?
Yep.
Yeah, because
With like the
right.
eating you and co-best man, all this shit. Like I think he's got
Because
that.
he came into a situation where like he wasn't there for her and he walks in and they're drinking together.
Yes. So I mean, if I was him, I'd feel that same way too. So
And like you guys cook dinner
yeah,
together?
like I would,
Like he's probably like, have you been doing this all week?
yeah, facts, facts,
Right?
facts,
Like
facts.
and I don't think that he was jealous before he got there, but like when you walk in on that scene, you're just kind of like, oh. So she's sitting on his lap, they're kissing, but then Jer actually talks about how proud he is about how his day went,
Yes.
which is good for Jer's character. Not good for Jelly, but good for Jer's character.
And how much Belly has changed in just a couple days ago. Her and Jay were kind of killing Conrad on the low
Hmm.
all the time. And like, you got to stay here with the old man and like not being around him and all that. And then now it's like, we're going to include him on tonight's activities beyond.
Yeah.
Like, watch July 4th with us
Yeah, like but don't miss the fireworks. They're gonna start soon.
yeah. So interesting how that's changed so quickly.
Yeah. From Jer's perspective.
No, from Belly's perspective.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's back.
She's back.
She's back in on the.
Yeah.
He's not the worst anymore, or like
Right. He's
old
not
and
the enemy. He's
yeah.
not the one we're fighting against. Like he's fine. He helped me today. So Conrad leaves and obviously we get it.
The nail gun.
Yeah. And you're like, that was the perfect
Perfect
timing for
place.
that.
Perfect place.
Like he gets up, like cleans his dish. She invites him to fireworks. He's probably thinking, "Fuck that," and he's like, "I gotta go." Um, I like how Jenny cleaned up. So a lot of people are like, when he says, "I'd rather shoot myself in the nail gun," there are a lot of people who are like, "What an asshole thing to say," but she gave him a little bit more grace and a little less gray area of dogging Jer by saying, and I hated it as like as like I hated it about myself or something like that he says afterwards. Um so yeah.
At this point, I'm
They
like,
did a good job showing how deep his feelings still are for Belly and how much he wanted to be there for her, but also this internal struggle. Because a lot of people are like, fuck Conrad. Why do you want, like, why is he better for her? He breaks up her wedding. And I'm like, he's not gunning to break up the wedding at this point, right? Like, you believe that he truly cares about what is best for her. And you see that in the Paris conversation.
okay,
So,
we get the
okay.
doc.
Then we get the doc. So Jared tells Belly that not only is my dad being supportive, but he's going to pay for it.
And I feel like Belly is kind of like she was enjoying this us against the world mentality of the wedding and having Adam in on the wedding. Not only is he want to bring his breaker people to the wedding and change the venue,
Yeah.
left field also. Um, Bring the breaker people to the wedding, change the venue, da da da. It's like taking the control away from the bride, which
Yeah.
every wedding day is like about what the bride wants, for to
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of losing that us against the world
Yeah.
mentality. She's like, I thought we were gonna do it together.
Right.
I thought we were gonna, plan this and
It's the main thing. Like for her, it's not about, she says it earlier, it's not about the floral range. She doesn't care about any of that stuff. She cares about the day. She cares about Jared being there. She cares about them planning the wedding together. Um, so she didn't get that, and now she doesn't get to plan it at all.
yeah, Kaylee or whatever the fuck her name is
Yeah, like
plan.
really,
She loves this kind of stuff.
yeah, right. And Jer thinks that it's like this big favor to Belly that she doesn't get to plan her own wedding or pay for it, or that everything she went through today, which Jer has no idea what she's gone through today,
Yep.
is like swept under the rug because your dad's gonna pay for it. And then he's like, and then you don't have to
Pick up the extra shifts.
pick up extra shifts anymore, and you can focus on your GREs, and you can come visit me more. And like,
There is some love in there from
there
Jerry, like
is.
for sure. So I'm not like killing him over it, but
There is. It's just because you know, and hopefully we will get Belly's voice back.
hmm
You can only imagine what she's thinking. And I think in the next episode, when they go apartment hunting, and
she has a very good face and line when she talks about, I hope there's something like any apartments left.
if there are any left, we'll go find them or something like
She's
that.
got a very good Lola's
Yeah.
acting face is very
And
good there.
and then he says, like, yeah, and then maybe like you don't have to stay here as much with my brother.
And that,
Her face there,
yeah, that was a big one.
her face there was like,
Mm,
yeah. And then she immediately is like, yeah, actually, maybe after this weekend, I'll go back with you.
because it's not good for me either.
Yeah.
So now it's like Belly is in the same boat as Conrad of like, we need to avoid this
Yeah.
to save myself.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Um,
Conrad sees from the upstairs.
well, not just that. So,
Oh,
then the wedding song. It's cute. It's cute jelly.
but they do cut out
But I don't think it means what jelly fans want it to mean.
the big two lines of the song
Yeah.
are,
It was a teenage wedding.
and
The old folks wished them well.
they like step all over those lines. You don't get to hear them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something.
Okay.
So yeah, they get their dance. They get
Yeah.
to do the Pulp Fiction dance.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's fun. They're laughy, they're jokey. And from Conrad's POV, it looks like they're having a good time. And that's what allows him to once again say, today was fun. I was there for her. That's enough. There was almost a misstep there. I can't have these feelings. She belongs with Jared. Look how happy they are. Remove self from
Getting
equation.
getting the Conrad POV, I feel like it gives you more perspective on Conrad and like how much he really does love Belly. So that probably had to hurt a lot seeing him.
After the day he had with her,
Right, like if there hadn't been that Conrad POV and I had seen that, I might be like,
well,
he just like not as feeling for
yeah, but imagine
his deep,
Conrad.
deep,
So
deep feelings.
now I'm gonna get sad. But like imagine like because he thinks that that Jer is there for her all the time, right?
Oh fuck yeah.
Right, he thinks that he stole some moments with her today
Hmm.
because he was pinch hitting for his bro, right? He's probably now watching them and thinking, oh, they go I'm thinking of our marriage, like, oh no, like they go grocery shopping together, they go to Michael's together, they cook dinner together every or like for the rest of their lives, they're gonna cook dinner together and sit and drink wine together.
We don't know.
And but like imagine being Conrad and you're thinking that after having this day, that's where some of the last dance stuff is like that's how he's viewing it, and it's all
Yeah,
kind of
did Conrad and Belly just have their last dance as like a thing, or is this last dance out on
or
the
is
dock
his
the last dance?
conception that this was the last time that this could happen, and it was kind of like they were playing house. They won't get to actually live house in real life, so they're like play acting today.
Who do you have winning the episode?
Conrad,
Why?
because he was there for
How about
Belly.
this?
There was enough self-preservation. He was there for Belly in her time of need. He took a swing. He took the high road when he overheard Jer being mean or just being whatever. Um, and he confessed being fired, and he confessed therapy.
I'll buy that, and I'll raise you one that who won the episode was the Bonrad fans.
Yes. Yes, we
A
did.
lot of dreams came true for
So many dreams came
a lot of
true.
dreams came true.
Yeah. Um,
Musical moment. There were so many songs.
who lost the episode?
Belly. But I've also been going back and forth about her winning the episode.
Right, right.
So I want to say she lost the episode because now she's fully conflicted again.
You think she's fully conflicted?
If she's,
We don't have her POV,
but if
but
she's trying to get the fuck out of Cousins, which makes me think that
she's
she's
running.
like, I don't want to start feeling these thoughts which are certainly coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now I feel like fully
And she had the roughest day. Like, because
can have a rough day.
this episode was just one day.
Yeah.
So nobody else was in it enough to like have anything bad happen to them.
Planning a wedding, it's not going great, and I might still be in love with my fiance's brother.
Well, there's a part of her that will always love him, she said, just 5 or 6 months ago.
So
7 months ago.
so maybe she's starting to realize that again. That's why I'd say she lost the episode because it really puts her in a rough spot, messy spot.
But also she was crying a lot this episode.
Um,
And moody. She was very moody.
so many songs in this episode as
There's so
compared to the last one where there was just three.
yeah.
The duality of the show, how you can have two different episodes, so many different things going on. This one was shot way different than other episodes in
Because
certain scenes. Shout out to Jenny.
yeah.
I like Linger.
Look at all these songs. And here's the hard part for me. I don't know these songs, but I do know because I've rewatched 5 times now that like now that I know which ones are attached to which scenes, I could
Hmm.
probably like on 10th watch be like, "Oh, it's this." Um, I liked Linger.
Do
Just
you
that
have to?
just
Do you have to?
when it hits that main chorus part and you see Conrad kind of like slow-mo and then you see a belly turning her head slow-mo and him looking at her like that's just chef's kiss. Although Wild Horses, I have a deeper appreciation. Well, I liked it for the scene, but the deeper appreciation, knowing the meaning behind the song was good. Um, yeah. Oh, the song at the end. We didn't even talk about that. The motel flashback and the Susanna flashback. How did
Oh God, I don't want to forget about that.
because it was sad for you.
Yeah, another scene I don't want to rewatch ever again.
Because it was so sad.
Yes,
Did you well up?
of course. You think about your mom. I mean, I don't even want to talk about
I mean, as soon as it was happening, like I think Casey wanted to like watch it with his hands covering his
it.
face.
Poor Susanna.
Like Suzanne, you're like, oh, she
Poor
looks
Susanna. Poor Conrad. Poor
you're like, she
anyone that's
looks
got to go through that.
terrible. She's like so sick. Literally like deathbed sick. The main thing about that
Shots
is,
fired at baby Conrad though.
yeah, he looked like an alien. Jerry was always the cute one, and oh, he knew it. No, but like, again, just the weight, hero complex, right? Like, where does it come from? It's like, oh, like Belly looks up to you so much, he loves you. Like, and then he's like, it's his own interpretation of all this shit, but he's like, oh, I have to be this for Belly. Oh, I have to be a football thing for
Oh
my
yeah,
dad.
Adam played football apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
Big news to me.
I have to be the best brother in the fucking world for my mom, right? Like there's a lot he interprets it as that, which is where his hero complex comes from, or not even his yeah, maybe. Is that he's always like making these weird moves to like save people when
Yeah.
he could just be honest with them. And that's what we find out about in the motel scene. It wasn't about him not loving Belly or him wanting to hurt Belly. Remember that really good Jeremiah Conrad episode at the vending machines?
Sure.
And Jer was like crying, and he's like, I can't be with her if she knows she still has a chance with you until you tell her. Will you please just tell her for me?
Great Jared there,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like tell, and he's like, and if she picks you, I'll let her go. I'll let her go forever. I just want you to be happy. And Conrad is hearing all of this, and he's like, he knows that Belly has picked Jared. Like, he knows Belly better than anyone. And he's like, trust me, man. Like, I missed my shot. Like, she loves, or, she wants you.
This is terrible.
And because he was thinking about what Susanna was saying, which is like, you're the best big brother. Like, I know he's going to be okay because he's got you. In that moment, what is Conrad going to do? Just like take Belly back and have Jer be all sad after she was clearly kissing him, Jer, multiple times. And she even went and told Conrad, like, I was trying to tell you about this. So there's a little bit of Conrad, like, swallowing his pride there and just being like, be happy. And if you're both happy, I need to find a way to be happy with you guys being happy. But he's not there yet. He is clearly still very sad about it.
Yeah.
So I bring that up only to say that musical moment,
Linger.
that last song is really sad, but I'm gonna give it to Linger.
Yeah. Speaking of music,
What?
go watch the Yukon music video.
Oh yeah.
Music video of the year. Promise.
All right. Um,
Excellent
can I,
episode for everyone.
can I make one extra point just because it didn't come up?
Extra point. Yeah.
I would like to comment for all the pretties how upset you were at the end of your first watch of this.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I needed time to process it. Like, I think I took all day to process it because I know you really like Conrad. So for me, I was like, you like Conrad, you like Belly, you like the two actors. The scenes were beautiful and great. And I'm like, why doesn't he like it? And
I
then,
liked it. It just wasn't like,
no, but you kept saying to me, you're like, why isn't Belly talking? Right? And I'm like,
well, what?
Jenny says it. She's like, Belly is very opaque in this episode because it's all
You're
Conrad.
not getting any of the reciprocation that I would have hoped for.
Right.
You got Conrad like emptying himself
Which
a
we
lot of,
never,
which we never get, and it's
right.
like we're gonna wait, not waste that, but we're gonna get that, and we're not gonna get anything in return, really. And I'm like, more than anything, I think I'm like, I felt a little bit of the anticipation of like, I just want to get to like next shit now.
It was so weird, guys. The only reason I'm pointing it out, and I love you, is because when we were all spinning out and you were telling me to be patient, it was because what I was watching didn't like mentally compute with where I thought we needed to be.
That's probably exactly how I was feeling.
And for you, you are watching Conrad give 120%
Hmm.
from the male POV. And to see that longing and that love and to hear his thoughts and not to be able to hear back what we know she's clearly feeling, I was so surprised that like you got Jenny Hand from the male POV.
I felt a little bit
You
unfulfilled.
felt a little unfulfilled and empty
Yes.
because you were watching your boy, who
Mm-hmm.
you empathize with,
Mm-hmm.
make all these moves and do all these really gracious things, and you didn't get to hear her say, thank you, or he notices everything, or I'm so glad he's there for me, and oh, I love him. This is the most intimate. Like, there was
There
none
wasn't
of
like the
that.
stamp. They didn't get the stamp.
I know. So, and Conrad being Conrad without the stamp,
I mean, for any of us, I mean, without the stamp, it's like we don't know until we know.
I know, but the stamp is coming. It just didn't come via narration, which is why so many people are like, when is Belly's voice going to come back? And when her voice comes back, the Taylor Swift songs are going to come back. And hopefully that's soon.
Yeah, but great point and way to figure that out because I until you say that, I don't really
It's because I
put it
literally,
all together.
and the other pretties,
Mhm.
particularly Bonrad fans, had to process our disappointment and anger 2 weeks ago.
You have to
Right?
do some,
Like
you have to look inward.
we're like, how do we fast forward to like all of this bullshit? Because I know she still loves him. Or I know she doesn't feel this way. And we're like, I know this is not her. Why can't we just like get there? And you're like, why can't I hear Belly say that she felt it too? Whatever the sparks were there, you're like, why can't my boy have that via the audience?
We didn't get it. That's for sure.
It was not there. But I mean, but as much as they put an emphasis on Conrad's character, on showing all of his sides, on the beauty of Conrad and Belly and seeing the dichotomy of it, it is hard to believe that they won't be endgame.
We're definitely. I'm excited for next episode.
I am too.
I can't wait to
I
do.
think it's me. Well, we don't want to step on our preview, but
Can't wait to do a preview. Can't
yeah,
wait to do some of these scene talks. It's
yeah.
gonna be a sick couple days here, leading up into next week. So keep your ears to the streets, my friends. We do a lot of talking lately.
I know.
So fun. I'm really enjoying it. And maybe we'll do something else fun. We did that cooking thing last weekend, and that was a blast. So
Is it a little bit sad that we're halfway through? We're halfway
no,
through, but we're like really ramping up.
yeah, no. I'm like, give me the next episode tomorrow.
I know.
Um,
All right.
at Better with Glasses Pod on Instagram. Vicky sees everything, and everyone who joined the live last night or whatever night that was.
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome. So many people there.
Yeah.
Love you guys. betterwithglassespod@gmail.com. Questions, comments, concerns. If you like the show, please leave a rating on what is it? On Spotify or Apple. That really helps. And more people can hear us and, grow the community, all that stuff. Appreciate everyone who's supporting, everyone who's listening. Not just the Patreons on, the regular feed and all that. Yeah, if you want to chat, drop a line. We'll definitely try and answer back and say what up.
All right, everyone. That is a wrap on Last Dance, aka the Conrad mini movie. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.